Underdog Daily with the Badge Bros, Jon and Nez hanging out. Black and Yellow Dog app, platform of the people, Underdog Fantasy. And what a time to be alive, my guy Nez. What a time to be alive right now, because we're going to cover 5 sports in 48 hours, man. That's what we're about out here.
It's impressive. It's impressive. I don't think, we need that much, recognition or anything like that. But I think a MLB donation or two, I think would make sense. I just think it would just, I'm not saying it's necessary, but I do think it's kind of warranted. I mean, who's doing this? Who's doing this?
Who is doing this? For those who missed it yesterday, off and on the clock, we covered the World Cup there. Fear My Turtle came on, Alex from ETR there, and kind of set us straight with how the bracket should look and that sort of thing. Got an initial feel for the brand new World Pup contest that's on the site. Then we did our annual NFL mock draft of the skill position players. I don't even know what you call it, but it was a lot of fun. And then there was a whole bunch of stuff that took place last night. And as he went to the ball game there, shared some of his experience with us there, his Buccos in town. And then I watched playoff hockey and playoff basketball last night. So, how was the game last night, Nez?
It was awesome. Pirates, absolutely. It was just like the craziest string of bad luck ever. So I ended up leaving in like the 6 innings. I was so pissed off, and it was like 9:00. I wanted to get back by 10. I was furious. I mean, Cruz gets robbed for a go-ahead home run.
I did see that catch.
Berger hits a missile to Nick York at third base, and the ball gets stuck in his glove, and then they end up getting a run from that inning. Like, should have been 2 on that ground ball. It was just like, all right, cool. Not the day. Connor ain't hitting a homer today. So I pieced out, but
where's the Connor ball?
I don't know. Maybe I'll catch a Connor Griffin foul ball today.
I am okay. For a man of such fandom and such pride, I am a little interested to learn you're a leave early guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I see you. I mean, I'm not. I'm a never. You never know what you could see at the ballpark kind of guy when I make the effort to go. Now, if I went to, 50 games a year or something, I would definitely be a leave early guy. But if I'm only hitting the Buccos like 2 times a year or whatever, I guess it's different when you know that you're going back tonight.
Exactly. Right.
Okay.
That was the difference for me. I was like, okay, I'm going to be back tomorrow. Yeah, it's totally fine.
Yeah, I got you. See, like my thing with sporting events and stuff like that, my wife hated this about me when we were initially dating, I'd take her to like these games and stuff. I was like, we still have the opportunity to see something amazing that you could never see again. We can't leave. Like, yeah, I would never forgive myself if this is the greatest comeback of all time, or if this is, like some crazy feat of historic athleticism that we could never ever see again. And we were the guys who left.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I don't like to leave early, but it just made sense last night. I'm going to be back tomorrow. I was pissed off, and I didn't end up missing anything. I was correct on the vibes meter there.
Mm-hmm.
They're in trouble right now.
Fatherhood changes things too. Like, wife was just away all weekend. Like, you were sneaking out to get a ball game in, and now it's like, okay, maybe I should get back.
She was already not thrilled. She's like, we're going tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, but I got to go today. Like, it's today or Thursday. I'm giving you the option.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, you're going to see Skeens, but you get to see some BP tonight. That sounds epic, dude.
Yeah. I get to see some BP thanks to some friends at the Rangers. And I'm going today, too. I got to give a shout out. Eggers hooked me up with these tickets for the wife and I in a parking pass. So, hey, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he was feeling bad about the heel turn that he was taking. Maybe he thought he took the bit too far. But yeah, shout out good guy Eggers, who I've always said is one of the good ones.
He's a piece of shit. Oh yeah, he's one of the nice guys. Yeah. No, I love it, man. Eggers is one of the good guys. Appreciate you despite your trolly ass comments in the chat there, Eggers. Shout out to Ryan, dude. Took down the puck slate there on I guess 2 nights ago now. Big shouts to him, man. He's in on the Porter Martone train right now. That is the Flyers wagon. They're back at it again tonight. But 5 Badge Bros memberships. Much love to you. And I do see Awen in the chat as well. Took down the redacted site there, and I did see Troy earlier. We hit it on yesterday's show. But Troy had a big score on the baseball platform there, and we're going to take a look at another member of the community who had a massive score last night as well. Anything else to say about not last night in general? Anything you were watching, paying attention to?
Yeah, I took down the After Dark. So.
Oh, right on, dude.
Yes,
Good
sir. Yes, sir. First and second on that one for a cool 1.5. I tilt entered that at the game. I was like, let me just check the app and saw it was like 8 minutes to lock, and I was like, all right, let me get in here, get some White Sox stacks, couple Soderstrom one-offs, and yeah,
dude,
that sweetened the day.
Dude, our White Sox, we're talking about this, man, that like those stacks, we jokingly said like this could be 80 home runs with Murakami and Kosa Montgomery. Like that could be 80 home runs, and my God, the kid's on pace for 60 of them right now. So we will see. We will see.
Yeah, that's a fun team. I don't know how today's going to go facing a lefty, but they're a fun team against righties.
Yeah, they're kind of giving me the vibes of Athletics from last year. Where it was like we all thought it was a cheeky scroll stack, and then the markets didn't really catch up, but we attributed a lot of that to the park and not just the young talent. It was like a combination. Yeah. This is like just the young talent, and we're like, oh fuck yeah, here we go. What if the wind starts blowing out and it gets 80 degrees in US Cellular? Never gonna call it what it's actually called.
Rate Field now.
Rate Field? No, thank you. US Cellular it is. Hey, what if we get some of those nice warm Southside days in the future, man?
Yeah, they're gonna be cooking, man. The secrets, cat's basically out of the bag, but we'll see how long they stay under the radar.
Yeah, our guy JGFC trolling around here. No more World Cup streets today. Love to see it. And then, oh my God, Awen came second in the 100K yesterday too. This guy is sick with it.
What's second in the 100K monster? Like 10K?
Yeah, I mean, knowing that payout scale, I would guess 30. I'd guess 30. But
boo-hoo.
Yeah, good for him, man.
He was in the chat. He was in Discord last night, all pissed about the Mariners. Fucking three. We got to put him in timeout for that. You don't tilt over winning dirt. Fuck off, dude.
Good, clean fun. All right, dude. Let's take a look at a couple of slates from last night. Watched a decent portion of. I was watching mainly hockey last night. Not gonna lie, I'm really enthralled. I did put out my definitive rankings on the X machine there of the series watchabilities right now. I think I might have a couple amendments to it, but man, that Tampa Bay Montreal was at the top of the pile. So I was flipping back and forth between the Portland game and the Celtics game and whatever. But my main focus last night was Tampa and Montreal. I was really into that game. So didn't see a ton of it, but both those series knotted at 1-1. Road team taking taking one there. Celtics prone to play with their food a little bit, as we've kind of joked about in years past. Wouldn't be a Celtics series. I think Mike tweeted something to the effect of wouldn't be a Celtics series until they just dropped one in spectacular fashion. But VJ Edgecombe played unbelievable in that ball game there. And who knows, man, did. Maybe they get Embiid back for like 3 or 4 or 5 here at hopefully 3 or 4 at home here, and they could steal another one there. So yeah, some of these series getting a bit tighter. And then obviously the ugly Wemby concussion injury, like just didn't even put his hands down and whacked his head on the floor and stayed down for a bit there. So hopefully Wemby's okay and good to go for the next slate out here. But man, I don't know what concussion protocol in the NBA is like, because we talk about it in other sports. But yeah, I don't know. That looked ugly, man.
Yeah, I hate to see that. I didn't actually see it in real time, but yeah, I would imagine, just guessing, I would bet it's pretty loosey-goosey for the concussion protocol, but we'll find out.
Yeah, there's no 7-day IL here.
Yeah, I can't imagine for the playoffs that they're gonna be too stringent on Wemby's return.
Yeah. And then last game of the night there, as I hop over to some of the results-based stuff for us. Last game of the night, man, turn back the clock for Marcus Smart and LeBron James, man. These guys are balling the F out. Long gone is that minus 700 for the Rockets to win the series. KD misses game one. KD comes back for last night, and guess what? Doesn't fucking matter because LeBron's turning back the clock in the biggest way possible. I mean, they're doing it out without Reeves and Luka right now. There was a note in the unabated Discord yesterday about just Luka's probably done for the entirety of round one, which is kind of unfortunate. But, just if this team can, carry this on and push through this series, look out for LA in the next round if you get a healthy Luka and Reeves back. But no idea on those timelines, man.
I know it would be crazy to see them make a run, given how their prices changed in the dance. And I mean, I'll mostly just be like kicking myself for not grabbing more Luka and LeBron during that time, because man, oh man, yeah, it's unbelievable.
Free. They were freer than free.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, man.
Yeah, your boy only got 12 in them, and I went super scrolly on it. I did a whole bunch of Time Lord. I think I had Time Lord and or Drummond in most of these teams just to deviate and find some right tail outcome guys at the bottom there. They both had decent games, but did not wind up mattering once Marcus Smart went nuke. I had too much Derek White and unfortunately, too much Wemby in my 12 entries, but I wasn't going to win on 12 anyways, I don't think. But B. Timmons, man, shout it out here. You get the Stephon Castle to come back to the JB and the Maxi start there. You get VJ Edgecombe, who was a must-have in the fourth round there. And then Marcus Smart, the same, man. Marcus Smart was what you had to have in the fifth and or sixth round, and then he goes fifth round on it and then finds a scroll despite having a contrarian start there, finds a little bit of a scroll to Devin Vassell there, who we know can always get hot from three there, and he adds on 12 boards, which was just kind of a shocking number for Devin Vassell last night as the Spurs drop a game to Portland. Any thoughts on the slate itself last night? Did you get anything in?
I broke even last night in NBA. I ended up maxing. And I mean, it's such a how can you draft for a slate where Wemby gets hurt and guys step up and whatnot? But these Lakers guys just dominated. Really, like big story here. I'm surprised Şengün wasn't needed, but I guess that's what happens when. I guess he didn't separate as much as I thought, but he had like 59. Like he had a huge game with all those stocks. Mm-hmm. And then just. Hell of a game here, man. Shout out VJ Edgecombe. That was sweet. I forget what the stat was about him being like the 76ers rookie to put up 30 in the playoffs.
30 and 10. Yeah, 30 and 10.
Wow.
Yeah. There was like a really short list of guys his age to put up 30 and 10.
Yeah, he's so cool. And man, if they get Embiid back soon, I don't know, we might have a series, dude. I'm just saying. I'm not like overly impressed with the Celtics.
No,
I don't know.
Yeah,
not really. Like they're a good complete team, but like I'm not. I just think that they're pretty. Like they're pretty good, but I don't know, man. I don't think that they're this like locked to come out of the East.
Yeah, I don't think they're necessarily locked to come out of the East in any regard. But if you were gonna like pick any two players in the Eastern Conference now to be like, those are the two that can carry a team through, it's like, oh, it's Tatum and JB, right?
Yes.
yeah. So it's kind of like, but I do see it, man. Like if you get Embiid back in this series, like we said that earlier, that like we could get a series out of this. Yeah. And I mean, like Pritchard has been nothing overly impressive. Cato was in foul trouble the first game and kind of invisible last night, or not invisible, like, but just like, I don't know, from what I was watching from the eye test, mitigated. Let's say that. Derek White, like nothing's falling for him. I get what you mean. Like they haven't been overly impressive, but I still do think they're the favorites in the East.
Yeah.
Respook rolling through with 10 beans for the kids. Do you think the Thunder, my Thunder, let's be more specific here, my Thunder, give the Suns one? I don't think they give them one tonight. That's for damn sure. I don't think they give them one. Suns are just too banged up. I think the interior is just such a problem with the Thunder are big and the Suns are very small, and they're just getting pounded inside there. They need Mark Dubb back. The Suns do to compete in any regard, just from a size standpoint. But losing Jordan Goodwin's on-ball defense could really sting for the Suns there. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like the combination of like Booker just going nuke one game and Dylan Brooks playing like amazing on-ball defense against, if Jordan Goodwin's not there, amazing on-ball defense against SGA is something. But man, the Thunder defense is just way too good. Like they didn't even throw their best at them in game one. Like Caruso only played like 12 or 14 minutes or something in that one. So I mean, I think it's Thunder in 4, but I'd hear anything else. Nez, anything else to add?
No, I would be so annoyed if the Suns steal one here. And by steal, I mean just like get like a pity win.
Yeah.
No, I can't possibly see that happening.
Like you would literally need 40 and 40 between Jalen Green and Devin Booker, and they're both in awful matchups.
Yes.
Like they're both in just full lockdown matchups. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just such a, everyone just knows this shit's over, man. They're like minus 1,200 money line tonight or something crazy. Like
Jesus. Crazy. That's crazy.
These are teams competing for the NBA championship. Right.
Yeah. I mean, that means what? They're 15-point favorites, something like that. I'm gonna look it up now. Yeah, 16.5 at home tonight. Wow. Wild. Yeah, man, we got Trent up here as well. We got JT McKenzie. Shout out to him. We've seen Kirk around for a while. Sock Muffins up here. Shout out to the Solver. The Burt Bra is still finding his way to the top, regardless of the size of the slate. So mad respect to the community up there near the top. And then speaking of community, dude, we get a couple in last night at lock for the MLB stuff. I was just trying to play a little bit of contrarian Coors alongside the White Sox. That was kind of my angle, but Best Ball Viper found an angle of his own, and he scoops 1, 2, 4, 5 at the top of the leaderboard. Mad respect to Best Ball Viper, one of the best to ever do it here. Nolan McLean just looking all sorts of filthy. Really wish I had more of him in my best ball bags. I was just flat wrong about him, despite the Mets' teared losing streak right now. He goes with the skinny stack, a nice 3-2 getting home. Ethical baseball here to get a 3-2 stack into the winner's circle. You get this Bobby Witt Jr. Plus Miguel Garcia, and then you go right-handed Cubs shopping here with Nico and Seiya Suzuki, who's a lefty killer, going up against Jesus Luzardo, who has really struggled this year. Shout out to me for, wrong on Nolan McLean. Workload right on Jesus Luzardo fade. There we go. So what giveth and taketh in the same lineup. And then you noted yesterday, Nez, or the day before, that Ian Happ is starting to get real hot. So Ian Happ in this one as well. Shout out to the Vipes.
Yeah, man. He took down 33% of the prize pool.
Wow.
Yeah. No prizes for you.
Wow.
Viper. I mean, yeah. We were playing for 20K in prizes.
Viper just took the rest of it home. Love to see it.
Yeah, insane work by Viper. Congrats to him.
See, I have mixed feelings about, this is a conversation we've had a lot at from a strategy standpoint. I know if you're a large bankroll player and you know that you're going to play every single day and you know you can do these concentrated portfolio things and you can scoop, I think it's a little bit different than like on the redacted DFS side, where like you can get away with playing this stylistically in our draft games, because scooping a player pool makes up for basically 2.5 weeks of losses recouped in one big scoop. Like, you know what I mean? So I have mixed feelings. I don't know, like just playing super concentrated like this. We saw T-Box do it for years and have big time success. It's definitely just a bankroll management like tactic, but I think it plays way better in, basketball, you're forced to diversify because you can't have the first overall pick every time. But baseball, hockey, and football to some extent, but mainly just baseball, you can really get really dense if you see fit. What are your thoughts just on the strategy?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something for larger bankroll players because depending on how many how diversified you are getting, I mean, the risk of ruin is crazy high, but when you can withstand it, I mean, you're up 10K on a slate, like, I mean, it kind of speaks for itself here. But yeah, I think this is a style of play that, from a opponent standpoint, like it's annoying when it hits, because it's like, oh, there's all the money, like all the money's gone, because like somebody had an overloaded amount of like the combo that you need. But from a player saying, like, yeah, I think it's something that I always thought was like kind of like a boogeyman scenario of a huge whale or splashing around in here, and just like, you know what, I am going to concentrate every single day, and one of these days, like, I'm taking all the money, and like, and eventually I'll be up because you can kind of bin cash a little bit here and there too, depending on how much you diversify. So yeah, I don't know, it's not for me. I tried it last year whenever I was like kind of autoing and being on autopilot, when Melo was like first born. And yeah, I hit one big slate and it broke me even for the year. But other than that, I was losing every night.
Yeah. Awen kind of tapping in as well on this. Can I give the Suns one win? That's very good. Awen tapping in. I love his commentary here. Just as a really good player. He says high exposures are fine if you're minimizing your dupes. But yes, maxers can get very exploitative because they can eat the bad downswings. Yeah, fully agree with that. Awen saying he thinks he always has one player at 40% owned. Yeah, I mean, but it's also just a skill set thing, right? It's really hard to pick the right 40% guy day after day after day after day. Like, you know what I mean?
Unless you're A1,
yeah, and that's what separates the best players on the site, right? Like that Awen and Best Ball found the best players, right? Shout out to Purple Yosh, drops off a Badge Bros membership for the run good there. Nez, brief soliloquy on the puck stuff. I got 5 in there because I was trying to do Numi's job and fill the forecheck. I was in first, second, and third for a while there when I touched ice last night. And then I came back out and I came 10th and second here, and I lost by 0.1 here. I don't even know how it happened, but we were on all the right plays last night. Scroll the F down, Mackenzie Weegar for 7%. Love to see it there, but really liked the Swayman stuff and really liked some of the Boston stuff there. But I just wanted to say, for my puckheads, I will do a draft at the end of this just to set the scene for today and stuff. But for my puck guys, I have 3 things that I want to say about playoff puck. A, condensing of minutes, relative to scrollability, kind of similar to NBA, where even when a game goes to overtime, some of these fourth liners aren't seeing minutes. You can't get as deep in the player pool, but you can definitely get to some second line pairings. But like a guy like Mackenzie Weegar, he's not PP1 defenseman, but he's got not that like Mackenzie Weegar was like the be all end all of a play here. It's just like he's going to play, defenseman pairing line 1 minutes, and those line 1 minutes are worth more relative to the other defenseman on his own team. Whatever. You guys get what I'm trying to say with the thesis here. So 1 is the condensing of minutes. 2 is something that I haven't heard anybody talk about, is that these games have to end, right? In the regular season, these games don't have to end. You can go 2-2 and then you go to a shootout and nobody gets any points awarded for the shootout other than a goalie winding up getting the win. These games have to end, which means there's a guarantee that one more goal is going to be scored. So that's one little asterisk. And the power of correlation, if games go to overtime, more saves, more shots, more hits, more auxiliary stats accumulating. It's not as clean as like NBA where buckets keep going and going, but there's so much more power in correlation if you play a game environment that goes to overtime, because you can get like 20 more shots, or you can get so playing some of these competitive game environments is like almost more bullish than playing some of the 5-1 style stuff. Anyways, those were my kind of just macro points I wanted to share that were things that I was thinking of that just wanted to share with the community going forward.
Okay. Maybe I'll dabble.
There you go, Nezzy. Get in there. Nezzy, let's do a rapid fire on the NBA stuff tonight. This is probably my least favorite day of the week in terms of basketball, just because we only have 2 games on the docket and they're both like pretty they're pretty just like large spreads, but we did see the upset in game 1 for Orlando. I put Paulo on the cover because he was playing significantly better the last 2 days there. Jump over to the beautiful unabated interface, and then we'll talk through a little bit of the ADP dynamics here. But there's some Q tags on the Suns, plus some actual injuries, and there's 16.5-point dogs here, a 215.5 on the unabated line there. And then we have a 218.5 or a 219 on the unabated line here for the Magic and Pistons game. And that's 8.5 by way of the Pistons there. Just kind of like my macro kind of like thoughts here, Nez, is like the Pistons did not rebound the basketball very well in game 1. They looked a little bit disjointed and looked a little bit out of flow and looked like a team that hadn't played a lot of competitive basketball in a while altogether. Although Cade's role looked amazing. I think, the places that we thought they can and will win consistently is on the defensive end and on like the interior buckets, and they did not get anything on the interior, man. Duren looked locked down, basically. Duren had an awful game. I'm not sure it's bounce back spot for Duren, but that's just kind of like my macros there. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that checks out. Just like based on what I've seen. I mean, I'd like to think that the Pistons just like get back on track here and, and take one here, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think just thinking about the priors that, you and I had on the Magic, we thought they were a pretty legit team coming into the year based on their roster construction. If they take one in LCA, dude, if they take another one in LCA, holy shit. That's trouble. Like I'll wear egg on my face if I'm wrong, but like that to me is like, yeah, that'd be bad. That'd be very, very bad. And it's just, and to me, it doesn't seem unlikely.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it before the season, man. Like, we liked what the Magic did with their roster. We thought they can be a competitive team. We thought they would finish higher in the East. And now maybe despite all the terrible vibes and the coaching dynamic and whatever, that maybe they just find a way to gel. Or maybe it was just 2 hot games from Paulo, and now they just, get reverse sweep kind of thing. Like, it's just like, put 5-1 or 4-1 from here in 5 or something. So, yeah, but just the stuff that I was noticing, like Duren with like a bad usage rate and played really bad in that game, and a lot of that can be attributed to Wendell Carter Jr. It's a bad matchup for the interior guys back and forth. I think it's a tough matchup for anyone who doesn't get Tobias, basically, and I think that's mainly Paulo's music to get Tobias on the other end. So I do think Paulo's still in a half decent spot here. I think Cade's the 101 with a bullet tonight. Yeah, and then I think there's push-pull between Suggs and Anthony Black's minutes if anyone gets in foul trouble. That's kind of all I would really say on that game. We could talk about some of the auxiliary pieces in a half second. And then Thunder and Suns here. I don't know if you want to go down the rabbit hole of like baking in like some blowout run potential or anything like that. It's the postseason, but we did see Jalen with a Y get some good minutes in there, and you know what he can do from a rate standpoint in limited sample. He only played 9 minutes and still got like 20 fantasy points or something like that. So Thunder could stretch it quite long here. And then Suns, man, like Oso was getting cooked down low. They don't really have an answer for Chet and Hartenstein. They're just too small. And then if they don't have Jordan Goodwin to play on-ball stuff and then use Dylan Brooks as a help side guy, this is a re-aggravation of an injury, the calf injury for Jordan Goodwin. It kind of sounds a little bit more on the doubtful side, and it sounds like Grayson Allen's kind of done. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. That's probably going to be Royce's music to come back into the starting lineup, but like, I don't really see a way that the Suns win unless Booker drops 50 and Jalen drops 30 somehow. Like, I don't see the path. It's such a tough matchup, and they get killed interior wise.
Yeah, they would need like some sort of foul trouble for the Thunder, and the best shooting performance of their lives. This game is cooked. I mean, we're drafting blowout run Thunder on this slate. Like, it's
right.
It's bad.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I think that's good kind of like macro overview. Guys, I got the beautiful unabated up here too. I'm just going to show you guys unabated's running a weekend sale. If you guys have never, it's actually free. If you guys have never used unabated, we use it every single day on the show. We use it for the projections and all that good stuff. I will just share with you here that I will put the tweet in the chat here. But yeah, man, you can test drive unabated with this link for free for the next 5 days. So, I mean, there's zero fucking downside to it. So just sign up, give it a rip, and then I will show you, because it's not overly self-explanatory, but where Fam and the crew there drop the projections here. So if you want to use NBA projections over the weekend, if you sign up for that premium thing, get the 5 days free, you go to NBA props, and then you can kind of, this is where we run all the simulations and all that stuff so that we can find out, as you guys could see, the underdog numbers here. Then I put the projections in here. Then I see what's good for when we build the pick'em stuff. You can do all that sort of stuff on your own accord. You can tinker the projections as you see fit in real time. So you just edit it right here and then run that. But here, if I just drop on this, my custom projections, this is NBA props tab, my custom projections. And then right here, and you just hit this little download arrow. It's not, available yet. It'll probably be another 30 minutes or so for me. And then you hit this little down arrow and it'll give you an Excel sheet with the projections. You can tinker. You can then mess around with, Jordan Goodwin in, Mark Dubb in or out, and see what's up. They have it at 45% to play and 40. So they're slightly trending towards the doubtful side of the equations.
Yeah, good stuff there. Highly recommend checking that out.
Yeah, there's zero downside to checking it out for free there, guys. Car Park, yeah, man. We had an expert on yesterday, and we did it on Off and On the Clock. You guys can find the link somewhere down there. We did a World Pup draft. We talked about the dynamics. We talked about the matchups. We talked about what the bracket shakes up, how the powers of stacking with the clean sheet dynamics. So, I don't know how much of the footy I will end up doing just because we're covering so much stuff, but I will definitely, get a handful in there to have some fun during the World Cup, especially being in a host city. How embarrassed. I was just kidding. I watched that. All right. Nez. So 101 on the day, dude. Are you buying into like Cade and Detroit needing, a win more so than OKC needing a win, and just Cade's role versus SGA's role? And then you look at the two spreads and see the blowout run stuff. Are you team Cade over SGA this evening?
Yeah, I think Cade is one of the only reasons why I would want to max today, is because you can get overweight Cade because people see SGA, Cade just lost, and you'll get over 25% Cade, which is like the expectation. I would bet if you maxed.
Sure.
And he's just like the 101, and it's not really close. I mean, he's got the assist projection out the wazoo. He's got hella usage. He's going to play 40 plus minutes. SGA might not play in the fourth.
Right.
Paulo could go cold. Booker's playing the Thunder. Chet, Jay, look at how quickly the projections drop off after Cade. I mean, it's wild. So being overweight Cade, I think, is like a very appealing thing.
Okay, cool. Pairings of these two at the front end there. Are you cool pairing it with Duran if he falls? Do you like the idea of pairing Jalen Green with SGA so that if the game environment kind of goes, maybe we get more SGA minutes, or does it not really matter? You're just kind of minding the combos.
I'm mostly playing projection, but like I'll be partial, especially two Thunder teams that I have, to like get some Suns for sure.
Get some Suns. Okay.
I think that is good.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Next kind of like bracket here. I noted the Paulo getting the Tobias matchup. I don't think that changes tonight, but I kind of like it. I think it's kind of like the best spot to attack on the floor. So I'd be prone to Paulo here, but I mean, we've been taking Booker over him for a bit. I noted how I like the bigger body OKC guys just in general, but we're probably scared of max minute ceiling here. That being said, it is a playoff game, and there's no reason to think, Phoenix doesn't, try and make something competitive. And if we do get expanded minutes, that these guys will project better than this tier. So how are we ranking out? Kind of like, I would call it a tier of 5. Maybe you could go down to Bane and Suggs as well. But I think I would call it like a tier of 5 from Paulo down to Duran here. How you feeling?
Yeah, I think you have to put Paulo 3. Like, I don't think that there's even a discussion on that one.
Yep.
And then I'm going Booker too. Okay. After that, like I'm just playing chalk, and then I have Duran after that. Okay,
so you're buying back into the bounce back here for Jalen Duran. Like we saw legitimately probably his worst game of the season last time out, and you're just good with it. You're whatever, man. Chalk that up to one bad night, dude. 13% usage for Duran. Look at these stretches here.
He was invisible,
dude. Look at this. A 9 and 18, 26, 20, 0, cumulative 13 there.
It's just like not sustainable.
Yeah.
He's going to have a good game.
Okay. Yeah.
One of these nights he's going to have a good game. He's too good. He's too good. And you just lost. So like you think what's the plan? Like keep Jalen Duran out of the picture again? I doubt it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like it. So you like the Duran stuff over the auxiliary OKC, and then we can kind of talk about auxiliary OKC, auxiliary Magic, and I guess Jalen Green in this conversation as well. Are the two OKC guys firmly ahead of the Orlando guys for you?
Yes, and I got J-Dub and then Chet.
Okay, interesting. All right. So what is it about J-Dub that stands out more than Chet to you?
I feel like the J-Dub floor is better. Chet minutes, seem to be easiest to cut. Like J-Dub hasn't played a whole lot this season. Had a nice night, obviously, last time out, 22, 7, and 6 with 2 stocks. Yeah, I just think, playoff J-Dub, man. I'm kind of buying into what I saw the last game there. And he looks better than Chet for me tonight.
Cool. I don't know. Maybe I'm out of pocket with this, and maybe I'm wrong about this. I think the J-Dub matchup is better if Jordan Goodwin doesn't play basketball tonight. Does that make sense? So my thought process there is that he would get Jalen Green on him instead of getting a little bit of Dylan Brooks on him, because Dylan Brooks probably plays on-ball SGA if Goodwin's not there.
Yeah, you would.
Or if Goodwin re-aggravates or something like that. So you let SGA and Dylan Brooks go the other side, and then, yeah.
Yeah, I buy that. I buy that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now we gotta get into the pocket of the draft here that is kind of something we brought up on multiple shows here, and what Brian's bringing up now is people never change the tier break, and what's going to happen is Cade plus double Orlando over and over and over again, much like I noted last time out that it was Joker, Scotty Barnes, and Harden over and over and over again, and actually wound up being the combo that you needed. Yesterday was nobody wanted to let the Q tag of Kevin Durant fall, and it was basically two Rockets paired with Wemby every damn time. We got to break our projection tiers a little bit and get unique with arcade combos here. And that fucks up with people's minds because they don't want to be the guy who gives up super teams. They'd rather just auto draft 150 and hope they get a couple unique combos by other people making the mistakes, opposed to them creating an opportunity for other players to make mistakes, would be my framing of it. How are you going to treat this dynamic of, hey man, if guys aren't falling in rooms, all my Cade stuff is going to be paired with Suggs and Bane together, who somewhat negatively correlate, to be fair.
Yeah. What's the answer there? I guess Jalen Green.
I guess, or you play, Franz over Suggs or something like that, or you play no Suggs in that lineup, and then you play Anthony Black at a later time because there's some correlation between Anthony Black getting more minutes if Suggs is in foul trouble or whatever. And Suggs fouled out in game 1 as he's prone to do. It didn't matter because there was like a minute or two left when he got his 6th. But Suggs playing tough on ball against Cade. I mean, that's a recipe for fouls.
Yeah, definitely. I think I would definitely lean Franz ahead of those two to get different. Like maybe do like a Franz Bane.
Sure.
Franz Suggs, just like mix him in for sure. Yeah, Jalen Green. I don't know, man. I think that makes sense too. Yeah, but Suggs would for sure be the first one that I cut.
Okay, cool. Now I do think there is a little bit of a line in the sand at Franz, and then we kind of go into this next tier here. But yeah, just like in general, would you agree with that before the Tobias, the Asar, that sort of stuff?
That there is a tier after Franz.
Yeah,
for sure. Like
yeah,
very, 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 very obvious tier break there. Which we got 11 guys there listed.
Yeah.
So that's all the way to the 101. 101 gets to the pick of the tier there.
Right. Yeah. Basically. Yeah. I would just say what Brian was saying in the chat there. Don't be afraid to mix Jalen Green in with this tier, to mix Franz in with this tier. And if you're lucky enough to get like a Duran, J-Dub, or Chet fall, just never pass on it kind of thing.
Yeah. Just looking at this, man. And what I was saying at the top, those freaking Cade teams are so they project so much better.
Mm-hmm.
If you're drafting at the 1-2 turn, do you just like do you get a little crazy or something? Like
I think you can. I think it's totally fine too. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, just trying to find paths to first. Yeah, it seems.
I mean, look no further than last night, man. Like the Wemby shit didn't matter. Obviously, it takes an injury or whatever, and then the other side of the board wins or whatever. Like these things happen. Like the other night when we're, oh my god, how are you going to compete with the Jokic teams?
Yeah.
Jokic goes out, does his thing, doesn't matter. Ant team wins. Yeah, it's just. There's fragility in projection, and even if Cade is 6 points better on paper than SGA. I mean, that's just a minutes thing. That's just a minutes. Like if that game plays slightly more competitive, now SGA is like toe for toe, right? So yeah, but I do think the answer to your question would be to flip the right side somehow, and that's probably a direct leverage off of the Cade teams, and that's like Booker plus Bane, and then hope something comes back to you. But it's better done from the 102. And like the 103 than the 104, because the 104 you're probably at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah.
Got a hit on this in the chat right now. Our guy Awen dropping off 20 Badge Bros memberships. Much love to my guy.
Thank you, dude.
Been killing it in the redacted streets and killing it on the Black and Yellow Dog app here and sharing the love. So hopefully you guys are some recipients of that. Tomorrow will be members only. I'm going to try my best to be there, but it might just be Nez tomorrow, but it is going to be members only regardless tomorrow. So 20 of you get to make good on that. I think we're up in the 400s and 500s in terms of members now. So much love. Appreciate that. And yes, he could forgive us for no baseball stream yesterday because he still finds success without the baseball there. David's asking about Detroit blowout. We'll get there when we get to the scroll the F downs. But yes, I would say that Paul Reed would definitely be a part of that. Okay, dude. Next grouping, man. Tobias had a really nice game one there. Maybe that was a byproduct of, having some of the Paulo stuff or whatever, where they're trading buckets. on either end there, but 35 minutes from him, 34 fantasy points. Asar has, the toughest defensive assignments usually, but, he can rack up some stocks. We need a little bit more auxiliary scoring for him to fully matter. I don't know. Who do you like in this next tier here? I like the Hartenstein matchup. Dylan Brooks feels like he'll always have a tough defensive assignment, like especially with the SGA stuff, but he could probably get a couple threes up and let it fly. Anthony Black, direct leverage off the Suggs stuff. Wendell Carter Jr. played lockdown D in game 1 and had a really nice box score against Duran there. So there's some push-pull there. Just thoughts on the whole next kind of like grouping.
Yeah. I think Tobias probably has like the best floor here, but I want to be overweight Asar.
Okay.
Just because the stock upside, like Asar, Asar playing minutes is what I live for. So I'm just gonna wish cast him into playing more minutes than he did last time and having a good game. I think they need to. I don't think you can't go down 2-0, and he's like he's such a good piece for them. He just needs to play more. I don't know. Maybe I'm like totally wish casting it, but I think I could see it too, where he plays more minutes. So I'm gonna keep martingaling Asar. Just very very easy decision for me. So I got Asar than Tobias in these ranks.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, respect the stand.
And I might actually. Yeah, so I have Dylan Brooks over Tobias as well.
Sure.
And then I have Wendell Carter right behind Tobias.
Okay. I'm cool with that. Sounds good to me. Any stuff that you're worried about combo-wise in pairing? Because the ADPs line up to put Hartenstein and Chet together like all the damn time. It's a great matchup for both of them. We talked about the lack of interior size. Who knows? Maybe they get Mark Dubb back tonight and that helps a little bit, but like those two tend to negatively correlate from a ceiling perspective. Wendell Carter Jr. paired with Duran, like that's kind of, they can both get home, but like it kind of feels like, one or the other is going to have interior success, especially from a rebounding standpoint. Any fear in some of those combos in the middle there?
Not totally, but like I get not wanting them.
Sure.
I have 5 teams with Chet and Hartenstein on them. I get it. But I'm not sweating it too much. I have 30% Hartenstein, so I do enjoy him today.
Okay. Sounds good. Of this next grouping, dude, like the Anthony Black, the AJ Mitchell, kind of like these auxiliary scoring components, coupled with like Royce O'Neal could see an uptick, especially if we get no Mark Dubb and no Jordan Goodwin. Plus, he can hit a couple threes here and there. Do you like anyone that stands out from the Black, AJ Mitchell, kind of Royce, and then we'll talk about the rest of it?
I have 36% Black, 33% AJ Mitchell, and I'm pretty sure I just have them at ADP. Like I go Hartenstein, Black, Mitchell. And that's giving me. It must just be a draft position thing.
Okay.
I've only drafted 30 teams. But yeah, I mean, like I don't feel any like particular way about them necessarily. They're just like a little mini tier, I think. Because I can't really make a strong case for anybody to go ahead of them. Unless you can. I would be all ears.
No, I think it's just like they're so safe for like 22 to 25 minutes, second unit scoring potential, and they both have push-pull. If anybody else in front of them gets a little bit of foul trouble, they expand. Like they're definitely the safest floor ceiling combos of 6/7th man guys.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
pretty easily.
Yeah, and then I think that's why it kind of stops here in my estimation, because if Jordan Goodwin was full and plays basketball tonight, like I can make a case for Jordan Goodwin kind of being up and over here. Same with Mark Dubb. If he was full and ready for that, despite the matchup being awful. Dennis Jenkins seems a little frothy to me, but I get it if people are just searching for right tails. But right tails where a dude is going to be like direct contingent off of the 101 on the slate, and he's going to be drafted at like a 90+% frequency just given his ADP. It's almost like auto fade territory for me. It feels like, hey, we're not respecting the range of outcomes of the guys below in taking him every single time there.
Yeah, I mean, I have 0.
Okay. So. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
I don't plan on having any Dennis Jenkins tonight.
Okay, so then who do you like below? Like Kaysen could play some on ball and that sort of thing, but the role is just not nearly as fun as we saw halfway through the season there when other guys were out. Duncan Robinson will play some defense and hit some corner threes. Oso is a size mismatch and in a bad matchup, but they might have nobody else to turn to, and he might have to play 28 minutes again if Mark Dubb is out. Beef Stew, they could play some overlap between the bigs, plus backup 5 run. Who do you like in this kind of like big tier?
Yeah, I think Beef Stew is in play, but mostly it's been Royce O'Neal, Duncan Robinson, Kaysen Wallace, who I've been taking there.
Yeah,
okay. I did some wish cast like Mark Dubb, Jordan Goodwin stuff too, because they're Q tags and you can always swap. But yeah, otherwise I think Beef Stew, Lou Dort, Kaysen, like guys like that.
Beef Stew, Lou Dort, and Kaysen. Okay, cool. Then we kind of get into like the game theory element of, are there any adjustments that are going to be made? Could we see anybody's minutes expanded that weren't expanded in game 1? Because, Dink always brings up this point that I think is very astute, that everyone thinks the series is going to go the same way as the first game went, and then it doesn't. And I'm trying to think of the example who we used on Monday's show that was like the worst ADP ever, Bruce Brown. And I was like, this is insane. Like Christian Brown should be going over him every damn time. And lo and behold, the guy who plays actually all the minutes and then just has a little bit better of a night, like those had to be flipped. Like, is there anything like that jumps out to you here where it's like, where's the adjustment to be made? Like, who could play more, etc.?
I mean, from this back end, I don't have a whole lot of answers for you, but in practice, I'm doing the Jalen Duren thing. Like I have a ton of Jalen Duren tonight.
Okay.
And I guess if you want to include this, because he didn't have a great game, like Dylan Brooks, like I think Dylan Brooks is going to continue to chuck, so I got a lot of him as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Duren is just like my best answer for that question.
Yeah, the one guy that I keep leaving the light on, and maybe it's going to come a little bit later in the playoffs, is Caruso. Like just because we know as soon as they need it and they need the on ball or they need him to play against a big, maybe they're just saving it for the Joker series. Maybe they're saving it for the future here. It's going to matter at some point this postseason that Caruso out of nowhere is going to play 28 or 32 and he's going to nerf somebody else and he's going to hit some threes and he's going to get 3 stocks and he's going to matter.
Yep. Yeah. This series, maybe not, but yeah. Okay. He's going to matter sooner than later.
Some questions in the chat about some potential blowout run and that sort of thing in either game, just given the spreads and that sort of deal. So I think you would see B-ball Paul Reed was a DNP last time out. I think you would probably see a little bit of that. You would see Ron Holland. You would see some Dennis Jenkins. Maybe a little bit of Kevin Huerter. Javonte Green would probably be in the mix for that, but they don't tend to go like way, way down unless it's like, a 20-point spread of like crazy blowout where you see like the Jet Howards, the Jace Richardsons and stuff like that. Like, I don't think it's going to be like that. Jonathan Isaac has already been ruled out for this one. I guess Tristan da Silva would be kind of like the last, playable option. He can hit some threes and that sort of thing, but I like him as a basketball player. It's just really hard to play him when Black, Franz, Bane, Suggs, etc. are all healthy there. Anything else to add on like Pistons and Magic player pool?
No, not really, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any strong takes there, unfortunately.
Okay, and then I'll go to OKC and Suns because we did see it a little bit. You guys could see down here that Gillespie ran a little bit deeper. Ryan Dunn comes on. Fleming got blowout run for the backup 5 stuff there. Grayson is just not in my player pool. I think I saw a note on Twitter that even if he's active, he's not even going to be like really involved, kind of thing. So like Grayson's not in my player pool despite the name value there. Haywood Highsmith got a couple rotations in here. You guys remember him from the Miami days, but nah, man. And then Thunder side there, you see the blowout run was like Topic, McCain, Jalen with a Y was out for a bit, and then Isaiah Joe closed and Kendrick closed. So the blowout run was Kendrick, Wiggins, Joe, Topic, McCain was the unit there. So anyone that you like of that grouping that would be like, yeah, that's the guy. Like, unfortunately, I think J Will's kind of like too good to be in that. Like J Will is now he's like he's kind of like this middle ground where it's like he's too good for blowout. He's not good enough to
fantasy points up in this game.
Yeah, in like 9 minutes. Like it was crazy. He had like 4 stocks or something.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say with any sort of confidence, obviously. Isaiah Joe, because he's playing real minutes and blowout.
Yeah. I think he's like kind of like the bridge guy that would be, Isaiah Joe seems like underdrafted bridge guy, also can get hot from 3. Like he could score in short order if things go right for him.
Agreed.
Okay, cool. Last question, and then we will get into things. Hopefully that covered that. Trev saying, yeah, the Duran Cade combos. Yeah, when you're not in a projection bro room, the Duran stuff definitely falls because of the box score biases. So those will definitely exist. Evan's got the last question here. Do you just eat the negative correlation because of lack of other options? So kind of just speaking to the, Chet plus Hartenstein and the, Wendell Carter Jr. coupled with Duran and like these little micro edges. Do you build them out of your portfolio when you're building by hand, or are you just like fucking projection bro, hope I run good?
No, I think you got to eat some of that.
Okay.
It's impossible not to. Like you're gonna end up playing bad if you don't eat a little bit of it.
Sure. Okay. Give me a half second here. Dotting some I's, crossing some T's, yada yada. Boom. Let's get it.
Right.
Let's get in here and rip a little hump day hoops.
Let's go. I'm gonna use the restroom while this loads. I drank too much coffee today. Too excited for game 2.
Game 2. He's buzzing for game 2. Clip fans, say what up. Mayor McShippet. I think Mayor McShippet had a good one the other night. We didn't touch on the results of the NBA slate on Monday, but I think I saw him up there. No? Yeah, there you go. 3rd place for Mayor McShippet. Dylan's dad. There we go. Always hanging out in 4th place there. Cowboys is up here. What did King Ace B win with? Oh, it was a Joker team. I lied to you guys. But it was Joker plus Jamal. So Jamal plus Joker, and then the Harden, and then the Hart and CJ McCollum that we talked about. That this was the chalk 5, except for instead of Jamal, it was Scotty Barnes. And then he goes for the scroll down to Dante. Beautiful scroll down for 7% there. Let's see what my best one was. Chalk start, all chalk throughout, and then just got a Jared Allen faller. That's a gross team. I played bad. But here you go. Christian Brown, like 33 fantasy points with that 13% owned. Like that, there you go. Went scrolling for that. I played a lot of RJ Barrett on this slate because I played IQ as out. All right, let's do it. Yeah, there's Dylan. Dylan's dad was in the top 5 on Monday's slate.
Goat.
Goat.
Yeah, we're on the clock. Sorry.
Yeah, dude. So now this is kind of that the crux of the decision point where it's like I think Booker goes here like every time, and then it's like, do you pull up Duran or do you take one of the OKC guys? So what have you been doing, Nez?
What do you want to do? Something silly?
I'm good with whatever, dude. Yeah.
We got to go Duran.
Okay.
And then now the question is like, do we tell ourselves a story? Do we let Booker go to Paulo and we go Chet and play like Chet monster game? You like the bigs for OKC, or do you want to just take Booker and call it unique enough?
I think I want to take Booker.
Cool.
I think Booker just needs to go nuke tonight.
He needs to, but will he?
Yeah, I don't know. Mojo Working. What a sick name.
That's an awesome name.
Yeah. J-Dub and or Chet is going to be paired with SGA every single time too. So there's another way to get a little bit different. Like I know people don't want to be the guy that like, hey, I give up the Cade team that gets like J-Dub or Chet. But like, man, there's no reason to think Bane can't outscore him tonight. Like Bane's playing so well. It's just, it's not always reflected in the fantasy box scores, but like there's no reason to think Bane can't be the high scoring Orlando piece tonight, and you just pair him with SGA and you're instantly unique.
Yeah, he's that type of guy. Like you're not,
or you get it like that.
Sure.
Mojo has his mojo working for sure, and then he switches it up, takes a SAR, and then
I wonder if he's a Doors fan, maybe a Jim Morrison fan over there. Mojo
Riser. Franz comes back to us. Tobias is here. You said you liked Dylan Brooks over Tobias. Dylan Brooks plus Booker. Dylan Brooks and Franz?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
But yeah, I was in line yesterday to get food, and a guy noticed I had a Pirates jersey on. He goes, "You from Pittsburgh?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, whereabouts?" I was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were gonna ask that." I'm like 2 hours outside of Pittsburgh. He's like, "Oh, where at?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Oh, I'm from Pittsburgh." I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, so I told him I lived in Du Bois and I lived here. And I was, "Oh, my buddy's nephew plays for Penn State Du Bois baseball." And I was like, "Oh,
cool.
That's my dad coaches that team." He's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Are you serious?"
Smallest world ever.
Swear to God. And the problem is I forget what he said his friend's nephew's name is. I think he barely knew. I think it was Carter or something. I don't know. I gotta ask my dad.
That's awesome. Small world, man. That's a crazy, unique connection there.
Very random. Oh man, DeLuca was my pick to click today, and he ain't doing shit.
Sorry, who?
DeLuca.
Oh, Paul?
No, it's not. Ain't it John?
It's John.
Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny. Royce O'Neal goes there. Hartenstein, AJ Mitchell, and now we're kind of at like that. You can do whatever you want spot here. Jordan Goodwin would be like my pick, but we already got two Phoenix guys. I think we just go scrolling, bro, and we take like beef stew. No, we got Duran.
Oh yeah.
Isaiah Joe.
Okay. Yeah, he was one that we talked about.
Yeah. And Duncan Robinson hits a couple threes.
Yeah, I like Duncan Robinson.
All right. Yeah, it's pretty dire down here, and you really do see the have to tell yourself a story, and it's kind of like, well, we full faded OKC. Okay, maybe they don't play enough minutes to fully break the slate, and what you need is the other game environment, and that funnels through these four. And then Isaiah Joe's like that bridge guy. I don't know. You do really have to tell yourself a story. I think Jordan Goodwin is definitely the best pick. I think Oso is definitely in play if you think Mark Dubb doesn't play.
Yeah.
I'm scared Jordan Goodwin doesn't play basketball tonight, though. I do not think we have a fourth round, 40 or 50 burger out here like we did yesterday,
No, no, the extra game helps a lot. And these are, this is slim pickings. I cannot fathom a 40 ball coming from any of these guys back here.
No. I'm trying to think. Evan's asking, what auxiliary sons do you push up? Like, it's such a bad matchup even to push them up. But the correct answer is Royce, then Oso, then Gillespie. And that's kind of it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, Ryan Nunn played garbage last time, and like, I don't know, man. Like, he's like defense only, and even if he plays 24 minutes with garbage and he scores 4 fucking fantasy points. It's like these guys aren't even fun if they get garbage. Like Haywood Highsmith, I don't know, maybe, but like he's been injured for a decade. I guess the answer, the Jamari Booyah is the answer. Like he's like the guy that would come off the bench and handle. Like we saw this OKC game in silly season at the end there where they ruled out all their team late, and he got 29 or 39 minutes and scored 51 fantasy points. Like he would be like the handler and the scorer and whatever. But like that directly hinges off of like Booker and Jalen Green doing nothing.
Yeah, it's too thin for me, man.
Yeah, it's like you would pair it with like Isaiah Joe and be like, this is the garbage time too, or like something like that.
Yeah, you need like super garbage time.
Yeah. A lot of Booker hate in the chat. I think he is going to be a faller in rooms just based on the sentiment. Like T-Bear saying like weak ass handles versus that pack of piranhas, and Awen saying that he has one Booker team through 164 drafts, so he's effectively even out of his player pool. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, all right. Yeah, like OKC being 18-point favorites in a playoff game, so funny. It's true, man. Yeah, Clipper Nation, who's in the chat there, in the draft here, Clip fan saying that the back end today is nightmare fuel. I honestly think 18 points in the last round. If you nail the first 5 picks, like 18 points in the last round could win it for you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 100%.
A little bit of hyperbole in that, but I don't know. It kind of makes me like Danis a little bit more than I was saying before.
Yeah, I just struggle to think of seeing like playoff Danis being able to do anything off a loss.
Right.
I just think this is like all Cade here is what I can't like get past, but I can understand thinking more promising about him though, but I struggle.
Yeah. Like the right tail guys, like in terms of usage and stuff, is like Janice, J. Will, Beefs do a little bit. Lou Dort is just 3 and D. Gillespie won't have the handling to matter, and he's just kind of like mean projection. Goga, if he got like backup 5 run, and then like there was foul trouble for Wendell Carter Jr., like he could matter.
Okay.
And like Mo Wagner hasn't been playing, so like there's that. Caruso, if for whatever reason 13 minutes turns into 28 today because they need the on ball, but that is competitive game environment, not garbage time game environment. And then garbage time, then the rest of it is just garbage time guys, really. I mean, Jamal Cain's part of the rotation, but like it just doesn't do anything with it. Yeah, then you go garbage time, and like B-Ball Paul would really be the garbage time guy. You know, Topic, Kendrich, Isaiah Joe, and Booyah. That's it. Yeah, that's you got to tell yourself a story, man.
I need Awen to take that juju somewhere else. Talking about during foul trouble.
During foul trouble is going to be a movie.
Get out of here, dude.
The whistle's going the other way tonight. They need Detroit basketball to tie things up tonight.
You got to play the song.
Yeah. Like Jalen Green a little bit. Doesn't need a functional team. Yeah, I mean, it's like we're just grasping at straws here. Like
This is an ugly slate.
Like Jalen can just call his own number at any damn time and just be like, Jalen's gonna go get Jalen buckets. But the problem is everything he does well is like neutralized by OKC. Like, okay, you beat Kaysen off the dribble. Great job, Jalen. Now fucking what? You're just running into Hartenstein and Chet, who are triple your size.
Yeah, he just needs to like make like 8 threes.
Right. And nobody other than Jalen Green wants him to shoot 8 threes. Jalen Green is the only guy on planet Earth calling Jalen Green's number to shoot 8 fucking threes tonight.
Listen, man, I've seen fear in stronger man's eyes when Jalen Green starts making it rain.
Grainsy, tonight's the night, baby. Station 91, what's good? And the Gale flexing again. What could go wrong? 5 for 5 Cades in the crossovers. Sicko, man. Sicko. All right, dude. I think we gave this slate more than enough attention.
I would agree.
I think it's time to talk a little baseball. We got ourselves a little 6-gamer for the MLB slate here. Yeah, a little bit smaller there, just given that we have hoops and puck, and we had a daytime diamond, so we only got 6 games out here, but still a nice 3K to first slate here. Cut a couple of those like 6 o'clock games off so we could push the start time back to this 7:10. Mets might be getting Juan Soto back tonight. All in all, kind of just an ugly ass pitching slate. There are some professional ass pitchers on it, and we'll kind of go through it. But yeah, it's ugly out here on the pitching front. Outside of Shohei Ohtani going for the Dodgers tonight, but of course we can't draft him. But the reason I bring it up is because Shohei Ohtani, the last time he pitched, was not in the lineup for like the first time ever. Shohei always hits when he pitches, but last time out when he pitched, he did not hit. So we are going to learn today if that is a trend or if that is a one-off. So keep that in your mind just when you are taking the lineups here. Nezzy's going to have boots on the ground in that Texas and Pirates game for us. And then we got Coors Field, man. Coors Field fell flat on its face last night. It was victim to the Chase DeLauder, man. Chase DeLauder? Chase Dollander. Come on, Nez. You got to be on it, dude. Chase Dollander doing his thing, man. We've been on the hype train for a minute, and he strikes out a lineup that is not prone to strikeouts, man. Kind of crazy there, and keeps that one as a low-scoring affair. White Sox bats went nuke last night. So, yeah, we'll break down this 6-gamer here, find our favorite spots. But that Coors environment today is looking significantly better than yesterday. And the chalk from yesterday is looking better today than it did yesterday, is kind of like my initial read on the scenario.
Yeah, I did just a few of these drafts today. Gave a little bit of look-see at the slate. And, I mean, the Padres were like really, really cheap to start the day. So, you know, I would just try to play them in contrarian fashion and not, you know, I mean, the onslaughts are had, you know, the top of the order is mostly had. So I try to wait for the lineup and get some unique Padres on this team if this is what you want to do. If you do want to play Padres, maybe you want to respect Sugano and play Never Coors. That's always in play as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, Sugano's just a dude who doesn't miss bats against a lineup of guys who don't swing and miss all that much. So I'm kind of like, you know, this is way more perfect storm than yesterday. But yeah, I fully agree with the approach and attack there. Soto's back for sure. He's hitting second. Thank you for that. Yeah. Oh, Dylan's asking thoughts on Kevin Herter. I think Kevin Herter's fine as a scroll there. I mean, he played 20 minutes or 18 minutes or something in game 1. He'll probably be 7th, 6th man up. You know, he could play over Levert, I guess, and hit a couple threes. The combination of Levert and Herter is kind of like playing Jamal Cain on the other side, where it's like, can he do something with the 14 minutes that he's out there? And yeah, Kevin Herter is a decent one to bet on to do something because you get a little bit of catch and shoot at times against Orlando. Okay. Anyways, back to baseball here. Nez, we can look at some of the sim totals and some of the environments for hitting here, and then we can play everybody's favorite game. We'll start with some of the weather stuff. First game, Citi Field there with the Mets and Soto coming back. 53 degrees in that one. You got wind blowing in at Wrigley, which is a little bit unfortunate because you kind of want to play some of that power there. Getting Taijuan Walker in this one and Matthew Boyd. So yeah, Globe Life has the roof closed. Coors is popping because you got 19-mile-per-hour wind blowing out and it's 77 degrees. You will see that reflected in the ballpark pal as well. 12.5 on the run total in that one. Then you have the Dodgers, who are kind of mitigated by the park, in a park that always mitigates wind, to quote my guy Roth there. Oracle Park there for the Giants, and the Giants are going up against the best pitcher on the slate, and we cannot play the best pitcher on the slate. And then White Sox went nuke yesterday against the D-backs. Might be roof open today. Keep your Windhursts up for that one. There's your 6-gamer for the weather stuff. Jump over to the ballpark pal and walk you guys through some of the S-word totals here. We got like this high 7 stuff for the San Diego, the Slam Diego Padres there. High 1 for the Cubs here, high 1 for the D-backs. Those were kind of the ones that were popping out to me, but nothing lower than 3.5. And it's that Giants one. If you're playing Giants today, it's simply for being contrarian for contrarian's sake, but I would not have a single Giant in my player pool today. Yeah, and then if you guys just want to see the park factor stuff and what I was alluding to with the boosts, with the weather and the 77 degrees plus wind blowing out, Coors is coursing in a big way there. Chase looks okay thereafter with a little bit of a boost with that roof open. And anything to say on weather there, Nez?
Sorry, I was on the phone with Bria. We were coordinating this this trip down to Arlington. What was the thing that you asked me?
Anything to say on weather other than
Coors is coursing?
Yeah.
If Arizona's going to open the roof, let's go. Let's go. Let's get some festivities going. I always love Carroll at Chase Field, with or without the roof, obviously.
Sure.
For the extra base equity there.
Okay. Respect it, my friend. I think we should rank out the pitching to start and then do our favorite shall we stack or shall we not kind of game there, and then rip a couple drafts. On the pitching front here, I did say my spiel about Ohtani. Maybe it was just a one-off. Maybe it was a circumstantial thing. Maybe it's because they wanted to get Dalton Rushing in the lineup. I don't know. But last time he pitched, he did not hit. So just keep that in mind because he's the 1-0-1 today. Nez, we got some interesting pitching stuff. It's not a strong pitching slate in my estimation. There's a couple piggyback spots where we think we might get an opener for the Phillies. Then Taijuan Walker comes in, and at least the conditions are nice to pitch in, but I would not be playing him today. Matthew Boyd's coming back from the IL after missing 3 weeks. Might have some limitations on him. He threw 65 pitches in his rehab start. So I don't know, maybe 80, 85 today. Who knows there? Your boy Braxton Ashcraft versus Jack Leiter. That kind of looks like the pitching duel of the slate here with SP1 and SP3. So kind of where you at here, dude?
Yeah, I'm gravitating a lot towards late round Clay Holmes.
Okay, sure.
Against the Twins here. Decent run total per the BPP simulations. They seem to like it. So I was playing that a little bit. And then also doing some last round. Connor
Prelip.
I can't say that. That just broke me.
Yeah.
Connor
I don't
P.
know. Connor P.
I've been playing a lot of Connor P.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I originally thought this was Rojas, and I did research on Rojas. So I don't know much about Connor P here.
No, I don't either. I just know he's getting called up, and maybe he's opening. That would be funny, but
Okay.
yeah, it's such a dog shit pitching slate.
It is.
I like Eduardo Rodriguez though. The sim total for White Sox was high, but I think lefty, like, he's been pitching okay. And lefties against White Sox, I think, are a problem for the White Sox. So I'd play Erod a little bit.
Yeah, Chad saying like, hey, can Murakami homer for the 5th straight day there? I mean, you mitigate a little bit of that with the lefty stuff, which is nice. Erod's like pretty polarizing, man. He's a guy that like comes out like 3 times a year and gets 10 Ks, and then the other times he comes out and gets shelled. We haven't seen like the ceiling outcome of it since World Baseball Classic yet this season, but man, he's been going 7, 6, 5, that sort of thing. So if you want to play that, like, hey, White Sox bats last night was like a little bit of a flash in the pan, and they need, Erod to go out there and eat some innings to recoup what took place last night and the taxation on that bullpen. Yeah, I kind of like that, actually.
Yeah, it's just like a platoon thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, the nice thing I could say about if you want to play like bats against him or like Murakami or whatever is like the evergreen sentiment that the Diamondbacks have no lefties in their pen. So the only lefty anyone's going to face today is this lefty. So if a lefty starts, at least he's only facing righties from there out and vice versa, kind of thing. Yeah. A1 saying that we're maybe going to get 5 and or 4 out of our guy Connor P.
Prelip. I thought that was like a double L there, and I was like looking at your screen because I didn't look at his name too closely this morning. But yeah, that was just I just need readers.
Ghost AF with a funny in the chat here that if Matthew Boyd throws 85 pitches versus the Phillies today, that'll be 7 innings. I mean,
Phillies are cooked, man.
Yeah. So Schwarber is one of the best lefty power hitters in the business. Matthew Boyd is one of the best lefty on lefty pitchers in the business. The splits are quite stark for Matthew Boyd. So like that left-handed stuff could really mitigate Schwarber and Harper, especially with the wind blowing in. That being said, I'm a little bit scared about how deep he could go, but professional ass pitcher, I think Matthew Boyd would probably be my favorite pitcher on the slate. I'm not sure I would build around it. It definitely feels like a punt pitcher day, and it does feel like a just try and salvage 6 points after you get your stacks filled out. But Pirates might have a really watered down lineup today, right? Like, Brandon Lau got hurt. I don't really care who's in the catcher spot. Who else am I missing here that got hurt?
Horwitz got scratched yesterday.
Horowitz got scratched. There's another left-handed.
They had 2 guys with OPSs above 700 in the lineup last night, I think.
Yeah. There
Which
you
is
go.
O'Hearn and Reynolds was there, but Reynolds sucks. It's Cruz, O'Hearn, and then a bunch of mid right now. Yeah, without Lau and without Horowitz, this lineup gets like bad very, very fast. And there's like, not it's not like littered with strikeouts, but Leiter can get strikeouts. It makes sense that he's SP1 for sure. But if all of a sudden Lau's good enough to go and Horowitz is good enough to go, I like it a lot less.
Okay. Yeah, good shouts. Yes, I agree. Yeah, looking at some stuff here. There's also some opener situations. So I talked about the Taiwan Walker thing. So if you're going to stack Cubs, like you get the righties at the top there versus Kyle Backus, and then they're going to open with him, and then they're going to pivot to Taiwan Walker. And then our guy Connor P is left-handed for what it's worth if you're stacking Mets. So the Mets have come out with a super duper right-handed lineup with the exception of Juan Soto. So they got Tommy Pham in there. They got Tyrone Taylor. Both used to be lefty killers. Mark Vientos used to be a lefty killer. So yeah, good place to pitch. And it's 54 degrees with the wind blowing in, but like rookie first-time starter going up against the best version of the Mets lineup we've seen in a while. This might be a bump the slump spot for the Mets finally with all these right-handed power sticks in there.
Yeah, hopefully for everybody else it isn't, because UD's giving away $1,000 every time the Mets extend their losing streak.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good spot for them to break that streak.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Ashcraft, I'd be a little bit down on relative to the price tag. I think I'd play Erod over it, even though I see that, even though the White Sox are low key hot here. Yeah, let's go game by game and break it all down here.
Okay.
Tyler Malley's a guy we didn't talk about, but he gets the Dodgers, but at least you can say he's a professional ass right-handed pitcher and he's at home. And maybe if we don't get Ohtani, that lineup's a little bit more watered down, but I don't know.
I'm a Tyler Malley respecter, man. And he gets the nice park to go with it. Yeah, I'd be into it.
Okay. I don't think I'd touch Anthony K today. I mean, too many lefty killers, especially with Lourdes Gurriel back in that Arizona lineup.
Yeah, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit worse than like when they used to have like Suarez and shit like that. But like, man, they had some big time lefty killers back in the day. But yeah. Okay. All right, we'll talk about it as we go through. We got a couple lineups. We got the Twins lineup, who are renowned for getting it out early, and we got the Mets lineup. But just for the people at home here, Nez, I think our kind of macro thesis is soft fading pitching today, not playing any pitching at Coors. I will have 0% Walker Buehler. I think he's gas cannibal. Nez really liked Clay Holmes relative to price tag. Erod looks like a good bounce back spot for Arizona. They threw 4 guys in the pen yesterday. Jonathan Loaisiga being probably their best arm out there in my estimation. He threw 27 pitches yesterday, so maybe he's not in there today, but they threw 4 guys, and they have no lefties available behind him. So these two stand out as good to me. I don't love the Connor P stuff, but I get it. I'll play 0 Taijuan Walker, but at least it's nice pitching conditions, and he doesn't have to face all those. Never mind. It's kind of net neutral.
Dude, Taijuan Walker
he's done.
The only reason he's still pitching is because he's being paid like $20 million.
Right.
Hilarious contract by the Phillies. Hilarious.
Yeah.
It was bad the moment it went ink to pen or ink to paper.
Literally everything that has happened everything that has happened in Taijuan Walker's career has been based on the notion of potential. It has never been founded in anything he's ever done on a big league mound.
He had 2 good seasons, I think, and I would maybe say more like 1.5. But once we finally saw him pitch and like be like healthy, it was great when it happened. The Phillies just saw innings there, I guess, and signed him to that huge contract. I mean, yeah, he had 1 good year with the Mets. 157 innings, sub 8 K per 9, 3.5 ERA. Like that was it. But yeah, it's been potential for him the whole time. I mean, you knew from the Mariners days. But yeah, I mean, he was a house, man. He just thought that this guy was going to be all that for a while. But he's toast. He's toast now.
Yeah, him, Danny Holtzen, Dustin Ackley, Jesus Montero ruined my childhood.
That's
fucking traded
collection of names right there, man.
Taijuan Walker plus Ketel Marte for Gene Segura, Mitch Hanigoat, and somebody else.
That was a trade?
Yeah, that one lives rent free in my head.
You know, no one talks about that trade, John. Everyone loves to talk about Shane Boz.
Everyone loves to talk about Garrett Cole. Nobody's out here talking about Ketel Marte trades.
No one cares that Yordan Alvarez was traded. No one cares that O'Neal Cruz was a trade. No, it's just remember
Yordan traded?
Shane Boz?
Yeah. Who was Yordan traded with?
Who was he traded for?
I
can't remember who it was because it was I think it was pretty ridiculous.
I mean, Yordan's 38, so it kind of makes sense.
You would take him.
I would take Yordan at age 38 anyways.
Who's Fields?
Josh Fields?
Josh Fields for Yordan Alvarez.
Was he Josh Fields sounds like a dude who pitched like 15 innings for the White Sox one time.
I don't even think he was a pitcher.
There you go.
He was. Yeah, he was. But he didn't pitch for the White Sox.
Okay. Esteban Loaiza. Wow. We're really going down memory lane in the pain circles right now. Ewan's pandering to the olds right now with the Bueller. Ferris Bueller reference here. I don't think Bueller today. Will you play any Bueller today at Coors? Double bubble?
No, I think Bueller's bad.
Yeah, a couple nice starts in recent memory. He did get Colorado, but he got Colorado at home there. I'm probably not playing Bueller today.
Yeah, and he did get Seattle too.
Yeah.
He did get your Mariners.
Yeah, he got him good.
Yeah, it's the Mariners. Dude, the Rockies are just how you get it today.
Okay. Respect, dude. All right, let's go through that rapid fire game by game stacks questions here and maybe some one-offs and that sort of thing. 6 games, Nezzy, let's rip. First one up, Twins and Mets here. We talked about that. We got the lefty kid, Connor P, and then we got Clay Holmes. We were kind of in on Holmes. Will you play anything here other than skinny stacks and any isolated bats popping out to you?
I don't think I'm going to stack this game.
Okay.
But yeah, Soto is fun, but he's going too high. Lindor is fun, lefty killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good on this. Twins facing a righty is fun because they just they never face a righty. So doing something like, again, like I don't plan on doing this, but like Buxton, Bell, and Larnach, I think is fun. Bell's a much better left-handed hitter than right-handed hitter, so he's been quiet lately. But yeah, Bell could send 1 yard.
Cool. Yeah. I'm looking at the lineup right now. They got 3 righties in there, Kearshaw, Buxton, and Lewis. Everybody else is either left-handed or a switch hitter. How about a cheeky little Cody Clemens pick to click on that side today? And Trevor Larnach would probably be the chalk. Him and Wallner would probably be the chalk for the lefty side there. But Cody Clemens in the 5-hole. Your boy, Victor Carantini, too. You are a lover of the Victor Carantini.
I do love Victor Carantini. But yeah. I can't remember if he's a better lefty or righty.
I
think he's a better lefty.
The files in my brain don't go back that far. I'm not sure. Dude, I'd fuck around, find out with the Mets today, man. Okay. Rookie left-handed guy that we don't know a ton about, and they have lefty killers littered throughout that lineup, and they have professional veteran-ass hitters, plus they have the emotional lift of Juan Soto coming back. I know it's wind blowing in 54 degrees, but like 3-man stack of Mets today, primarily right-handed, Vientos pick-to-click yard sale.
Okay. Here's what I'll say about Prelip. This could be nasty.
Mm-hmm.
He's 25, so the age is old, but like he's got a 60 grade fastball, 70 grade slider, just like that combo.
Nice.
Plays really well together, obviously.
Yeah, that's James Paxton getting called up as left-handed, like a 70-70 guy was what Paxton was exactly at like 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. Left-handed.
Yeah. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by this kid.
Okay, cool. Next game up, man. Phillies and Cubs. Cubs won the slate last night for our guy, Best Ball Viper there. Matthew Boyd making his return here. We know that Schwarber can get you lefty, but Phillies have been scuffling in a decent way here. Cubs are going to run out some righties at the top of that order because there's going to be an opener who is left-handed. No lineups for this one just yet. Dude, Felix Reyes has been hitting in like the middle of this like Phillies lineup. This is not your father's Phillies from the last couple years here.
I'm not supposed to know who that is, right?
No, like it's just like that's the trajectory of where they're at right now. Is a guy with like 2 big league games this year is kind of in the middle of that.
I was thinking of Franmil, I think.
Dude, Franmil is in the KBO. No, he's in the Japan League, and he's raking, and he's doing food commercials.
Hell yeah.
Dude, you can find them. Like I saw it come across my timeline the other day. They're selling like little like Japanese like hot dogs, like little sausages like this, and he's like cracking it open and like eating it and stuff. Dude, it's fucking hilarious, man.
Good for Franmil.
Franmil's getting that bag over the pond, man. I like it.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Mad respect, Franmil Reyes, the Franimal. We drafted him in some best balls last.
Did I ever?
Yeah. I kind of like playing Boyd more than I like playing Phillies bats, but the top 3 of that order is always, good enough to play and talented enough to play. That being said, awful hitting conditions here. I don't know. Maybe right-handed Cubs is the way to win here, but I'm saying skinnies only, bro.
Skinnies for Phillies only. Okay. And I don't like that.
Yep.
Fulls for Cubs because it's fucking Taijuan Walker, and they got, Nico Horner, little slap hitter, like Dansby Swanson putting it in gaps. Like these guys will just like just BABIP you to death. Just that kind of year for them right now. I would go full on the Cubs. I think they just do this Phillies team terrible mojo right now, and it's Taijuan Walker, who's been god awful. I think Cubs put up a nice number here.
Cool. One of the most likelies on the ballpark, pal, is that Michael Busch home run number.
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe he gets a lefty in the first inning. If he ends up getting up, they'll probably put him in like the 4 or the 5, and then he won't get up versus a lefty. But that could age poorly if he gets lefty in the first at bat, and that's kind of like the reason the opener exists. But you're looking to get yours against Taijuan. I'm never Nico Horner, especially when he has like a high ADP like this.
Dude, you gotta capitulate. He's very good.
It's Jacob Wilson all over again. I'll just stand on business.
He's so much better than Jacob Wilson.
I'll just stand on business forever.
Dude, it hurts. Like I hate Nico Horner because he's just good. He's just freaking good, man.
I don't know who's gonna catch today. You might get Miguel Amaya in there, or you might get Carson Kelly. But if Carson Kelly's in there, I like it better, especially if he gets an AB versus the lefty. Just Bregman being buried relative to these other names. I'd be mixing in some Bregman with my Cubs stack as like an instant way to get contrarian. That being said, not in love with Cubs as much as ADP is today.
Yeah, I fully get it. But yeah, Bregman's a great pick.
Awen likes half as a one-off there. And then Purple Yoshi's in lockstep with me, but he hates it there. Okay. Dylan's dad, Papa's here, you're hanging out, and yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, congrats on the top 5 the other night. Love to see it. Bregman, Awen backing me up here, second best Cub, and he's buried in the ADP. I feel very similarly, and he's been heating up a little bit recently. Dude, Pirates and Rangers, you got boots on the ground tonight. Ashcraft on one side, Leiter on the other side. They both have really high ADPs. Do we want any double bubble leverage here? Thoughts and feelings on the game?
Yeah, like I said, man, if this Pirates lineup, isn't full, then it's trouble. And I don't really want to do full stacks against lighter anyways at this park. It would basically just be like one-off crews for me for the most part. Yeah, that's how I feel about this one. Rangers, I wouldn't do anything more than skinnies on the Rangers. With the top of that order. One thing to note, Wyatt Langford did leave the game yesterday.
Yeah, good shout.
Right, forearm tightness, but listen, I think they're better off just playing Zeke Duran because he's just the fucking truth. So
Ezekiel
Duran's going yard today
favorite.
on Braxton Ashcraft, and it's going to break my heart.
Love it, man.
This is a pitcher's duel for me. I don't want much of these bats.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it's a pretty fragile pitchers duel, like in terms of like just the names on the mound. They're both good, but they're not like amazing. So if you do get better lineups than we're anticipating, i.e. Langford is in, Lau is in, like that kind of stuff, then I could see myself getting to some bats. But yeah, it's just not an exciting spot to get to. And Globe Life has been really bad for offense for like a year and a half now. So yeah, I agree with you. It's playing pitchers and just kind of like one-offs from this is kind of the spot. But you can always bet on talent with like, Seager, Nimmo, Cruz, Lau, O'Hearn. Like you can bet on talent with like some of those guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mangum, did you see, I mean, of course you did because you're a Pirates fan, but that was the most adorable thing in the world when he threw a ball up into the stands there. The brother caught it, gave it to his sister wearing the Jake Mangum jersey, and they were like hugging. Like I was like, how the fuck's this girl even got that jersey? Like that's so
Thank you.
sick.
Why do you have a Jake Mangum jersey?
Yeah,
it was such a plant. It was such a freaking plant. They love Jake Mangum in the Pirates media. They think that he's just like the best. Like the broadcasters are always hyping him up, talking about like it's good to have a guy with his skill set in the lineup. Like, what is the Jake Mangum skill set? Like being gritty. Like, what fucking year is it, dude?
Yeah, they love Jake Fraley.
Can't get enough.
Just being Drake Fraley 2.0.
100%. Like it's just whatever, dude.
Awen's in on the Mangum stuff today, so that piques my interest.
He's gonna hit leadoff.
Okay. Yeah, and they put Cruz down a little bit just because of no Brandon Lau, so you hit Cruz behind Mangum.
Yeah, because they like Mangum as a scrappy, they call him Mayhem Mangum. So you got to hit him leadoff because he's gonna be crazy at the top of the order.
All right, Awen's got a little pirate stack in his. He's taking your role on the show. All right, dude. Then we get to kind of like the. Oh, where did I go? My bad. Then we get to kind of like the chalk of the day here with Padres and Rockies there. Sagawa on one side, Walker Buehler on the other side. To Walker Buehler's credit, he's been pretty decent this year. Still not missing a ton of bats, but he's kind of got the walks a little bit under control there. Sagawa just, man, he can't strike anybody out. He pitches to contact. He's getting a crazy contact-driven lineup here. Nice thing I could say is he throws lots of different pitches. But yeah, man, I think Padres are chalk for good reason. I think it's full stacks on either side because it's by far and away the best hitting conditions on the slate. Yeah, man, Gavin Sheets, I put him on the cover, pick to click. I like that bat speed right now and the handedness thing. Yeah, I'm about it. And then on the other side, yeah, I think we're both just going to say the same thing. Fulls all around here.
Yeah, this is easy, dude. It's Coors with good weather. Fulls all around. Don't sleep on the Rockies.
Yeah, Rumfield and Troy Johnston are both left-handed hitting in the middle of that order. So like Goodman's kind of like the guy who's locked in stone at 3 every single day. Moniak's usually in like the 2-hole unless they're facing a lefty, and then Brenton Doyle flips with him, or Tovar sometimes comes up. But I think Julian probably leads off today, like he's been prone to do against righties. Yeah, Jake McCarthy carries some pinch hit risk. Julian carries some pinch hit risk as well. But outside of that, you're pretty safe. I think Troy Johnston and TJ Rumfeld would be kind of like my favorite of the contrarian Rockies side. I like Gavin Sheets a lot on the other side.
Yep. Yeah. Love Gavin Sheets today.
Do you think Ramon Laureano leads off righty-righty?
Yeah, I think they've been sticking with that. They don't move their lineup around that much.
Yeah, it's just interesting that it's just interesting that they've been running with that with him leading off. They did have Cronenworth lead off the other day, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe. But yeah. Cronenworth's been a little bit buried now.
Yeah, I love Cronenworth.
All right. Freddie Fermin's got some pop too. So if he's in there, I know it's righty-righty, but like just remember that he can hit a tank or two. All right, White Sox and D-backs here. I think we were a little bit more on the Erod side of things here. We got some lefty killers on the D-backs. Man, Lourdes Gurriel, sneaky pick to click for your boy today. You can always play lefty for Corbin Carroll. You can always play Ketel Marte versus a lefty. Thoughts and feelings on this one?
Yeah, Foles for the D-backs. It's chalk, but like I think it's good chalk. Yeah, I'm all in on that. Anthony Kay is just like prototypical lefty in terms of the splits, like mega favored toward right-handers. So Ketel Marte, man, like you could easily just plant your flag and get like 50% Ketel Marte today and just see what happens. Mm-hmm. You mentioned Gurriel. I like that kid Jose Fernandez they have too. Big bopper. He can really send one out. Yeah. And then the White Sox side, I'm going to call it skinnies.
Okay.
But I don't know. I maybe I'm overrating Erod.
White Sox are overdrafted relative to ADP today.
That's also a huge part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think they're fine. Don't get me wrong, but like I'd rather play the Erod side of things than chase like Murakami for the third day in a row, whose ADP is higher than Ketel Marte's today.
Yeah, that's
like bad. Just give me Ketel Marte every fucking time over him.
Yeah, that's very bad.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like Colson Montgomery is like pretty awful lefty, but he's homered 3 straight days. I don't want Colson Montgomery today.
No, it's no one cares who's on the mound or who's. It's just like White Sox go Burr. It's wonderful. Yeah. I love
No, nobody wanted them yesterday when they were actually half decent plays, and now everybody wants to jam them today when it looks bad.
The FOMO on the dog app is so funny.
Yeah, like the just looking at the box scores, and it's the best in baseball because it's like the sport that it like by far least correlates, right?
Yeah, in terms of the next day. Yeah, like it couldn't even be close.
Yeah. Yeah, man, if you had to give me a pick to click today, I would just be like, yo, give me Miguel Vargas, who's buried down there. He's homered in a couple straight too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Orioles smashing right now for the daytime Diamond crew. Did not see that. And then who's Everson? Everson.
He's a center fielder for them.
Oh, we're talking about White Sox stack still. Yes. Pereira or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been hitting in the middle of the lineup for the last 2 weeks or whatever, a week and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Sure. Why not? That's how you get like at least an outfielder mixed in. But if you guys want me to go true dumpster diving John fashion right here, all the way down, Derek Hill, lefty killer one-off, baby.
That's fun.
Derek Hill, lefty killer. Dude hits absolute tank jobs with like absurd mile per hour stuff on like the corner of YouTube, internet, like baseball sicko internet thing where he tests out different bats and hits like 120 off the bat and shit like that.
Yeah. I've seen those. Those are fun to watch.
He's crazy, man.
It's something I've always wanted to see.
Yeah. Murakami's ranking right now. We're still keeping him in our player pool. It's just a really bad ADP because he's 7. Like, it's like, but we know we've been the guys saying that he could be a 40 home run guy all fucking year. All right, then. Dodgers and Giants, dude. Awful park for hitting here, but it's the Dodgers. I did say my piece about being mindful of the Ohtani stuff. Tyler Mahle, professional ass right-handed pitcher, but he just got shelled last time out. Granted, it was at Great American Small Park there. I will have 0% Giants against Ohtani. I'm just the respector of all respectors. Anybody, any interest on anyone in this one, Nez?
No, I don't want to go against Ohtani, but I think nobody does. So I would do one-offs. I think the one-offs for the Giants are pretty strong in terms of, like Devers, just playing one of the top of the order guys that have some pop. I think because like nobody's going to touch them, and they're going to be like sub 10%. So you just get mega leverage, but you don't have to go overboard. Yeah, and then the Tyler Mahle stuff. Man, his last start against the Reds, no bueno. He got absolutely demolished. But he blanked the Phillies before that. And then he gave up 5 runs to the Mets. So, I am a fan of Tyler Mahle, was a big fan early on in his career. He might be overmatched, John. It's tough to say.
Methinks he might be overmatched today.
It's just nice because there's just like leverage spots against Coors. You know what I mean? Like,
sure,
you don't have to build Coors every time, man. Like, Dodgers could tee off on Mahle. And White Sox or D-backs could go off. Rockies could go off. Like there's ways to counteract the Padres stuff.
Yeah, no, I like it and I agree with you for sure. Yeah. Kind of just evergreen debate on these Coors-esque slates. I do think this will be a strong iteration of the Dodgers lineup today, provided that Ohtani, hitting and pitching kind of thing was just like a one-off, that he's actually going to be in there. But, Tucker had the one day off at Coors with the Alex Call start. Rushing probably not in there today, but never say never. But like Freddie Freeman's back from the paternity leave stuff. Max Muncy's been swinging it really nice. Like that left-handed power plays a little bit better in that park than right-handed power, even though no power plays well there. So like, give me like a little like, I don't know, give me like an Ohtani, Tucker, Muncy or something like that.
Yeah, I would take anything, but that obviously is fun with those lefties. Did Will Smith get the day off yesterday? He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in today for sure.
Yes, sir. All right, dude. That's the 6 games. Let's draft them out and see what they look like. I actually just before we rip one here, I do want to look at. We talked about Marte, and Marte always has a hilarious multiplier versus lefties. I'm just curious. Oh, well, 2-1. That's better than usual for him going up against a lefty.
Yeah, finally get a something greater than 1x or 1 point something x.
Dude, I always thought like it was like a 1.8, 1.7 whenever he
it was. And then they adjusted. I think they made enough money on those plays to start putting out some better
options.
pick'ems. All right, I got time for one draft, and then I'm we're gonna make the trek here pretty soon.
When you're headed to the yard.
Yeah, I gotta take my dog out one more time.
Nice.
And then head down. Yeah, she told us.
Are you taking Mello to the park first game?
No, our babysitter's gonna stay back with him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, interesting comment from Best Ball Viper who didn't put it in the show chat for some reason. Said that just letting you know, I only had 8% Cubs last night.
Wow.
Respect.
Love it.
Yeah, this Murakami ADP is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, he might be him. He might be a 40 homer guy. He might hit 270. Like, who knows? But like, Don't give it to me lefties in the D-backs, but at least they're all right-handed coming out of the bullpen, so whatever.
I don't even know the right way how to even approach that. Okay. Ketel Marte?
Sure.
One-off or play with Gurriel?
Dude, I kind of like just respect Gurriel enough before he gets going to be like, yo, I know that this dude's a lefty killer.
Yeah.
We got some friends and family in here. Chris is hanging out. Klebs, we've seen Klebs in these drafts with us before. Awin's in here, Best Ball Vipers in here, and S. Miranda, so all the real sickos. Chris likes Clay Holmes as SP1, and he goes with the Pittsburgh thing. We could do Soda, we could do Morikawa, we could do Slam Diego, we could do Matthew Boyd. What do you like?
Let's do lighter. Let's just. I don't think the Pirates are going to put out their best lineup, man.
Okay, I'm good with it.
So we're planning outfits right now because we have to wear Rangers stuff on the field, like I was telling you.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I got Pirates shit for days if she wants to wear a Pirates jersey, but we're not doing that. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
She doesn't know what to wear, but I think she's gonna wear a Rangers hat, and
Where's the hat?
I gotta find it. Yeah,
Hats like can't miss at the ballpark. Like it's just like you roll up in the hat and it's good.
yeah. So she's banking on that. That'll be the
that. Nobody expects any more from you if you got the ball cap on.
Yeah, I have this like light blue shirt with like red like thin pinstripes that has like the Rangers logo in the middle. So I'll have to do that. Probably no hat ski. Maybe
no hat, and then as soon as you get to your seat, you pull out the Pirates hat.
I don't even know where to tuck that thing though. And
you got to bring the clear bag, the classic clear bag, into the arenas.
and then like I can't be the dude wearing both teams at the park. You know,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Like so cute. Okay, for contents, that was about outfit planning.
Mrs. Blake.
All right, Nezzy comes back to us here. A couple of the Colorado bats have gone. We could still do a little contrarian stacking. Gavin Sheets went, who's like one of my favorite picks to click. We could do some Cubs stuff.
Yeah, I like the Cubs.
Dude, what if we do Cubs righties get to lefty opener? So we go Seiya and Bregman, and then we could do Lourdes and somebody else.
Lourdes and Jose.
Yeah, we liked Jose. I like that call. Nice contrarian scroll team. We could cheer for Jack Leiter when you're at the game. Not bad.
I'm just gonna be just so silent the whole time because I can't. It would just be weird to. I'm not the type of guy to be obnoxious for my Pirates when I'm away, anyways. Like that's just like that's too much.
Dude, you know who's gonna shock you on the field that is bigger than you thought?
Who?
Corey Seager.
Yeah.
The first time I saw Corey Seager like BP and I was on the field and like whatever. His fucking hands, his feet, like his whole, like everything about Corey Seager. Like you think he's just kind of like, oh yeah, he's like a middling power shortstop, like whatever. Corey Seager's a fucking big dude.
Yeah. Connor Griffin also. Big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real big guy.
Yeah. I wonder if hopefully you get both teams. Hope you get both teams hitting for BP. Like some days, like, well, no, it's mid-series and they're both playing tomorrow, right? They're playing tomorrow?
Yeah.
You'll get both teams hitting.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Home team kind of barely did last time. Rangers.
Yeah, you just see a couple groups. As long as you see Ezekiel Duran.
We did see Jock Pearson just walking around. Just shorts and a t-shirt.
No way fucking fat boy Jock's gonna be swinging it. Dude's got a slow pitch boiler on him. Yeah. There's a couple dudes talking big guys. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah,
everything's bigger in Texas, like just like Jacques.
Whoa.
All right, dude. Michael Busch is still here if we wanted to tack that on to the Arizona stuff, but I think Gurriel is probably the most important man in the world just to get outfield eligibility here. And then we can decide between Busch or Jose will be way more contrarian, or yeah.
Yeah, I think we just go Jose. I think we go full contrarian.
Sounds good, man. I'm good with that. Jose with a little bit of handedness advantage. He hit 2 tanks in his big league debut, and I think he hasn't hit one since. But yeah, Awen wanted us to go
one after that.
One after that? Okay. Nico wanted Awen wanted Nico time there, which would make sense with our right-handed thesis against the left-handed openers there. Just to tie a bow on everything before you depart us and our baseball segment here, I'll just bring up for everyone the ballpark pal most likely to, because it was top of mind with Michael Busch there, because Michael Busch is up here, which is kind of just surprising, and they have it listed against Bacchus, but he is also a lefty. So if you pivot that to be against Taijuan Walker, that percentage would probably boost ever so slightly as well. But kind of usual suspects all at the top here. But for our slate, the Slam Diego guys are kind of popping. A Cubs guy there. Slam Diego. Mickey Moniak, as always. Hunter Goodman. Some of the Cubs stuff. Marcelo Zuna, who nobody's drafting. Yeah.
Yeah, that Michael Busch one, man, that's interesting. That's interesting. He was like fully, like with the weather. I didn't think that he was going to be up there.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, we'll tie on it there for Nezzy takes, and I will do a puck draft for my community, the community that loves the puck guys. I'm fully vested in these puck playoffs right now, so we'll rip a puck draft and just talk loosey goosey about some puck for a second here. Nez, any parting words for the people?
No, see you tomorrow. Best of luck. Go Bucks, man. Let's get a dub. Let's get a dub.
Go Bucks. Enjoy the field and enjoy the nice date night with your wife, dude.
Thanks, man.
Peace out, buddy. Yeah, back to P-Town on Friday night there. Love to see it. Go Blazers in 6. I mean, I'd be very, very, very happy with my dance bags. I'd be very happy with a lot of things in life if we proved the Spurs to be fraudulent. That being said, so much rides on Wemby's health there and Wemby's ability. I did notice last night, man, as soon as Wemby went out of the game, like Denny Avdia was just going to the fucking rack, and it was like, that's how he wins. Also, last night, I didn't fucking dunk on anybody, but I'm going to dunk on some people right now. Like, what are we doing, guys? I thought we were ball knowers. I thought we were searching for right tail outcomes. They didn't end up mattering because, like, you see, like, Devin Vassell, definitely a right tail guy, but mainly from the threes end of thing. And Marcus Smart goes nuke, breaks the slate, has 6 stocks. He's been playing very well in the absence of Austin Reeves and of Luka. But like, man, come on, let's go dumpster diving together and let's get this 0.52% owned Time Lord down here. The Time Lord matchup is better than the Klingon one. We got to get to Time Lord, baby. Maybe he'll be over-owned next time out because of it, but he stays on to close. We know what he can do from a rates standpoint. I'm not sure there's anybody on the slate like that today other than some of the ones we talked about earlier or Jalen with a Y. But like, let's get to these scrolls, baby. Didn't end up mattering, but it could have mattered in the right environment. Okay, puck guys, assemble. Let's get this. Puck guys, 3-game wraparound slate tonight. 16 max entries for my puck guys. Only 4-person drafts for the 3-gamer here. Games on. Oh man, Chris is in here already too. Rose is in here. Love to see it. We have the Battle of Pennsylvania. The Flyers take 2 on the road And then they go and they play the Penguins. Man, the Penguins have not looked good. The Penguins have not looked good in any stretch here. Could that change tonight? Me hopes, me praise. Then we have the Wild coming home. Shout out to our guy Numi. The Numies versus the Eggers tonight in the Stars and Wild. Love that series. Love that series so much. But yeah, man, that's going to be like my 101 of watching priority tonight. 101 is to watch this Minnesota and this Dallas game. Scattered NBA to start, a little bit of the Pennsylvania series, and then we bookend it all off with Ducks and Oilers, which is just a fucking track meet, man. DeStahl could steal a game at any point in time just because he's that good a goalie. But these games, they are the chalk for a reason. They set up so nicely to be like 5-3, 4-3, like this kind of stuff. And you got the best goal scorers in the world. Kind of hilarious. The Oilers win game 1. Okay, let's make a pick here. Let's take the thrill. Let's take the thrill at home. Draisaitl came back last game there, played well, had an assist. I thought he looked really healthy. I'm not going to lie. Let's take Minnesota coming home to Hockey Town, and we'll set something up. So hopefully nobody fights us for the Kirill plus Boldy kind of setup. We'll do a little 3-man here and then get contrarian thereafter. We'll see what Chris does. He goes with the Edmonton stack, which seems chalky. We'll take the Boldy stuff here. Hope it looks like game 1 instead of game 2 did. And then we can start scrolling. We'll find some contrarian plays to get. Man, couple things. Edmonton wins a game for the first time all year without Connor McDavid getting a point. How insane is that? Every single game they won this year, McDavid got a point. Yeah. I actually don't know for certain. I'm going to look it up on the Daily Faceoff right now. Who is going to be in net for Minnesota this evening? We can't take Ottinger. We don't stack against our own goalie. We could take Sidney Crosby and like the bounce back stack. But I'm going to take a guy who I think has just the eye test has been fucking phenomenal these playoffs, and the points haven't fully followed. I'm taking Owen Tippett, man. Owen Tippett has been phenomenal these playoffs. He has been incredible, man. Incredible. Yeah. Obviously could have taken Quinn Hughes there as well. But yeah, we'll see if Quinn comes back. I just got excited to scroll. Okay, we got goalie confirmation this evening. We got Skinner, we got Vladar, we got Ottinger, we got Wallstead, we got Ingram, and then we got DeStahl. So nothing is changing on the Tendy front for any team just yet. Go ahead and take Quinn Hughes. Favors scored a couple times last time out. That defensive pairing is incredible. We'll just take Quinn Hughes, stack up Minnesota PP1, and then we're going to need a center to fill this all out. And I think there's an obvious one in terms of like stackability, and it's a little bit of a scroll, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We can get some power play stacking. So we could obviously overstack Minnesota if we wanted to. You know, we could do something like that. Let me take a little look skis. Who's got a lower ADP? So Christian Dvorak makes sense from a stacking standpoint. Oh, that foiled my plans. Zegras has winger eligibility, eh? Unfortunate. Okay. All right. We'll do Dvorak here. They have power play correlation, but not necessarily line correlation. They'll be PP1 together. But usually it's been Travis Konecny, Dvorak, and Parker Martin. Sorry, Blake is right here. I should have taken goalie there. I'm getting caught up by talking and moving around and talking about macros and not paying attention to the draft board. I did do the golden rule of never ever do that. But to be honest, I was setting it up to take Vladar anyways. So I knew one of them would take Ottinger, and then yeah. So it didn't really matter to me if I got Wallstedt or if I got Vladar. So I was kind of doing that anyways. The other thing you can do is you can get like a little bit of like game stack, tie in with Vladar plus Dvorak plus Owen Tippett, or you can go full rogue and go double bubble on the other game environment and just be like Anaheim steals a game like 2-0 or something like that. And then you take Dostal. But yeah. We'll take Vladar here, and we'll rip another one of those just because they're quick, they're easy, they're fun. Shout out last time out there for Vladar, who is, man, he's been a really fun, like, he never started this many games in his career. And he was like a quad A kind of guy, right? Like he was an AHL guy. And then now all of a sudden, he has the half a year in Calgary, and now he's, starting in a playoff run. I will say that the way Tocchet coaches is not fantasy friendly for like scoring fantasy points. And by far my least favorite game on the slate is the Battle of Pennsylvania tonight. That being said, man, they had those back and forths. We talked about it in the Zamboni, where it was like, we had so many back and forth games for both of those teams during the regular season that, like, I don't know, it could open up at a moment's notice. You just need the Pens to play better. And maybe if they're not wearing those god-awful yellow uniforms tonight, things could change for them. I was told that I didn't know this, but you set your jerseys as a home team for the entirety of the playoffs. I didn't know that was a thing in puck. And someone told me yesterday that you set your jerseys for the entirety of the postseason. And that's why they can't pivot off the yellows. The Stars chose those like the kind of like throwbacky, like third jersey ones as their home jerseys. I'm not in love with either of those home jerseys, the Stars ones or the Pens ones. And I will say that the Oilers versus Ducks, orange on orange, is a little bit of an eyesore, man. I wish that the Ducks were wearing, like, I don't know, at least black helmets on the road, but like just a lot of orange with the orange helmets, orange pants, etc. But hey, neither here nor there. Yeah, Ducks ones are probably the worst. I don't know. Pittsburgh's yellow helmets plus yellow everything is pretty ugly. All right, McDavid and Dries. So we get the same setup again here. We could do a different iteration of last time, but let's see if we can get a contrarian Dallas team going, just so we don't do the exact same thing we just did. Yeah. What if we pass on Robertson and we do Wyatt and Mikko? Because they'll play power play one together and they'll play line one together. And you could see that we kind of ran out of center options last time out. So see what Rose does here. Probably does the Thrill plus Boldy. I'm going to go ahead and take Mikko. Rantanen's I thought he played pretty well last game. I think Robertson's probably played a little bit better. But I thought Mikko kind of rounding back into form. I thought Mikko looked pretty good last game. He's so dominant along the wall with his size. Chris gets a little bit of a GM there. He goes with Sid the Kid, Robertson, and McDavid. Yeah. Cutter Gauthier goes next. Puck knowers all around. I think it makes sense if you're going to play Dallas to put Ottinger alongside it. Just because of the other options below. And I kind of want to do Philadelphia again, even though I don't love the game environment. Let's take Ottinger. I think Ottinger is just like the best goalie playing tonight So there is credence in that. I mean, he saved the fucking game last time out. Point blank shot in the slot, came out, challenged hard, and then turned around and there was a goal right back the other way. Let's get a little different than the community that builds out Dallas, and let's scroll for a little Thomas Harley pick here. Miro and him, like I prefer Miro, obviously, but like, you know, kind of same thesis as yesterday when it came to scrolling on my Utah team for Mackenzie Weegar, that you just take the other defenseman who's going to play 20 plus minutes. And he's also going to play a little bit of power play mixed in, most likely power play too, but you never know. Things can change in game. Porter Martone has been shooting the puck at an incredible rate, so he makes a lot of sense to take here. But I'm going back to this thesis, man. I think Owen Tippett has been very good. I think he's been very good. Yeah. Thomas Harley could get murdered, almost murdered at any point. Watch out, tough guys from Minnesota. Yeah, I mean, like, we've had our conversations, Eggers, about my feelings about him prior to the Olympics and how I told you I think he's quite overrated, but we're playing a game here. And then we get a chance to pair up with the other line mate and PP1. I will say, man, Trevor Zegras, not really built for the playoffs, not really built for... He looks small out there, man, and he doesn't really muck it up. He doesn't really go to the net. He's very John Warner-esque in the way in which he plays hockey. Yeah, he's a very skilled guy. If you get some power play opportunities, plus you get some regular 5-on-5 ice time correlation, I think he's a great player to play with Owen Tippett. Like, I think that line makes so much sense, man. I think it looks so much sense, man. But yeah. So there's a fun kind of little like contrarian Dallas, because the majority of people that are going to be stacking Dallas in these lobbies are going to put Wyatt and Jason Robertson together. The thing is, they play together on the power play. They don't play together on line one all the time. Now things can obviously change. So we go ahead and we do Wyatt plus Rantanen with the 5-on-5 thesis. And then because we're not playing on the power play, Thomas Harley pairs up quite well with them because Miro would be out there on PP1. So the fact that like our lineup just tells a story because we faded Robertson plus Miro, which is going to project slightly better and be like a slightly better play. But you tell yourself the score on 5-on-5 thesis, and then we just play, you know, two plays that I kind of like and have fun with, and eye test is telling me that Owen Tippett's a fucking nail gun. So yeah. Okay, Blake wants one more, so we'll do one more. Those things are rapid fire fast. Let's do a forecheck. Can you guys fill a forecheck? There we go. No, I don't have any good leans on NBA tonight for pick'em stuff. You guys know me. I don't just fucking shill stuff if I don't believe in it, or the market is very efficient right now. I'll run the S words on the unabated sims right now. Give me 1 second. See if anything's popping. I mean, like, stuff that you can play is already marked appropriately. I mean, maybe. Okay, maybe there's like two plays I like. I was going to say playing to get ahead of like Jordan Goodwin and stuff like that would be playing like Royce threes, but you're eating a dock, which is unfortunate. And if you're going to eat the dock on the Royce threes, like maybe you should just play the points, but yeah, you could also play like Royce PRA and just get ahead of it entirely. I'll take a look in a second. All right, back to the draft. All right, we got a forecheck. $20 at stake here. So we gotta take this one super seriously. And we got puck savants everywhere. Count MC, Chris. I don't know how to say this guy's name. Brath. We're going with Barth 26. I don't know. Whatever. I'm illiterate. All right. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. I really like what we did there by telling ourselves a story that's slightly different than everybody else. And we'll go ahead and take Wyatt Johnston. We'll take Mikko Rantanen. I like that game environment just as watchability. And it's probably like if I had to rank the games, you know, it's Edmonton 1, it's Dallas 2, it's Pennsylvania Bowl 3 in terms of like scoring quality of game environments, right? That being said, there is like merit in the playoffs to like play low scoring game environments at times too, because of the correlation. To like just like play for overtime. So like the Carolina and Ottawa stuff would be like kind of like underrepresented, but like that was like in reference to yesterday or 2 days ago, I guess now. Cutter Gauthier is fun if he comes back to us. Ottinger would have been fine as well. We could play like Edmonton finds a way to lose. Okay. Should we be the Edmonton loses guys and play the other side of that game? Play like Carlson plus a scroll or something? Play. Oh, shit. Fuck. I'm an idiot. All right. It's okay. That's okay. We could play. All right. We got Martone now. Kind of like the flyer stuff anyways. We've been building flyers the first couple times. Who's a good scroll on the flyers now? Okay, let's take Tendy. Take Vladar now. All right. Damn it. I was going to do something fun. But it's okay. We could be like the only guys who play Sanheim. I mean, Sanheim, you know, get a little bit of maybe not PP1, but like get a little bit of power play sometimes. I don't know. It's hard because he's going to play the most minutes and play the most 5-on-5, but he's probably not going to play power play 1. And it's our least favorite game environment. Jamie Drysdale scored the other night. Rasmus probably plays power play. All right. Let's fucking be the guys, man. This is how you win a 120 entry contest. You scroll where no man is willing to scroll. Miro's right here. Yeah, Miro's the play. And then if we're going to take Martone, I mean, you guys know I like Tippett, but like they don't really correlate because they're not going to play the power play together. I mean, they might, but they're probably not going to. And they're not going to play on the same line. You could play Travis Konechny. Fuck it. This is how we win, boys. Rasmus, PP1. All right. Martone, Rasmus, and let's just go with it. Owen Tippett already got drafted. Count MC, ball knower. Fuck. All right, different line then. Konechny, Dvorak scored in game 1. Travis Konechny's a little bit of a pest. Let's go with him. Get a couple hits in there. They'll play on the same line together. Fuck around, find out, have some fun. Wyatt Johnson, Mikko Rantanen, and then we go with the Philadelphia stack. I hope Pittsburgh wins tonight. I hope they find a way to have kind of a fun 4-2 game. with an empty netter or something like that. I'm about that. I'm about it. Count MC goes scrolling and takes Podkolzin. I think Pods is going to play with McDavid, though, right? What are those Edmonton lines shaping up to be? Is Pods going to play with Dries? I'm sure Count MC knows more than me. Pods with Dries, and then McDavid's going to play with Hyman, who got a little banged up last time out, and then Savoy. Savoy's been fun. All right, guys, Tyboing it right there. A couple fun puck drafts to end it off, and then we'll end it with this pick'em stuff. Man, Royce and like threes are super volatile, but like I think there's a little bit of a path for Royce to matter a little bit more tonight. Let me run the S words on the unabated stuff. They kind of like Kevin Herter. Okay. They're a little bit hotter on Kevin Herter's projection right now. I mean, these things can always change, right? But I'm going with my heart. I like Royce threes. I think the Kevin Herter points are good or okay. Let's leave it at okay. And then I think you kind of want to play like a contingent thing. So you want to play like Anthony Black plays more tonight because Suggs is in foul trouble. Or you want to play like Jalen with a Y does a lot in limited minutes. Or Jalen Duren has a really good night, so Beef Stew has a bad night. Like you want to play like some of that stuff. But I think I like Anthony Black in a vacuum. And we could just play Anthony Black points. We're not getting great multipliers on any of this, but we go ahead and add, oh, that's NHL. We add the 30% boost here. It's a 6Xer. Have a little fun. 50 gets you almost 300. Not the greatest prices in the world, but unabated, projection approved, and some stuff that I kind of like. MLB boost for A-Win here. We can end on that. Freed is fried. Fried, Ranger, and E-Rod lowers on the pitching stuff. All right. I trust my guy. So we'll go with Max Fried. Lower on that. Ranger Suarez, they're facing each other. Lower on that. And then Eduardo Rodriguez. Lower on that. And then we got a nice little 30% baseball in here. 40% baseball. There you go. Get a nice little 8Xer there, courtesy of one of the most winningest players on the platform. So if you stayed all the way to the end, you got rewarded with the insight of the finest. All right, guys, 2 in the chat for everybody. Back tomorrow. Members only. Might only be Nez. I got some real life stuff going on. We're trying to do some housing stuff and whatnot. So I got some stuff to take care of. And yeah. But big shout out to Ryan for the gifted memberships here. Big shout out to Purple Yosh. Biggest shout here to my guy A-Win with 20 membies dropped off. And then Respooked dropping off the $10 at our door there too. Community showing out in a big way. Much love to you guys and best of luck regardless of the sport in which you choose to play this evening. I will be watching hoops. I will be watching a little bit of baseball, and I will be watching a whole lot of puck. Everybody's favorite time of the show, the end. Peace. Enjoy the games.